Okay, how are we going? Sorry for the wait, guys, but welcome to Monster Hunter Battle League Season 2, Week 2B. Seems like it's a good volume. How's everyone doing today? We got 8 brand new monsters nobody's seen yet. Always interesting when that's the case. I'm going to try turning on a different light to see if I can get a little bit less of a backlight. I think that looks a little bit better. Yeah, so the Riverbuns monster was not actually supposed to fight today, but the way Matt Morris submits his monsters is he sends them to me and I make them with a like I make my own save. But the one I saved for his hair today corrupted, so I had to do a last minute switch. His hair will be fighting on Wednesday, and I moved up Riverbuns monster BB Hate to fight today. 1 second, my camera is lagging a tiny bit. It's okay, Matt. Like, I mean, it sucks that your monster doesn't fight today, but they'll fight tomorrow, or on Wednesday, is what it is. I just have to remake it, and with, like, I was at, like, 8 o'clock. I realized that it didn't save properly, so it was like, I'm not going to spend 25 minutes making another monster, if not longer, just to get it working right. Okay, let me... Where's my webcam? There we go. It always turns on low light compensation, which not only makes me look fucking weird, it also takes more resources, so it runs at half of the normal frame rate. So at 1080p I can run 30 frames a second from my camera, and so it was running at 15, which is really shitty. But yeah, I think we fixed that. I'm gonna go throw on a hat real quick, and we'll be back in a sec, because my hair is not cooperating today. It's very out. Look at that. I got like a mane. It's a mane of hair. This is Return of the Hat. Been a while since we've seen the bad idea hat. Never a bad idea to bring out the hat, though, you know? So, here we are. What subs are these Rackies? One of them is Hanger, and one of them is Bajara. Let's do the actual roll call now. And we'll get that all sorted out. So, first, these monsters aren't seated in this order. This is just... They're there for the sake of being in the order they're in. We got Santana 2, belonging to Chaos. We got Glassworks, belonging to JP. So that's a Renacraft and a Phoenix, obviously. And... I'm gonna butcher this. This isn't like a stupid name. This is just like a foreign name. It's not like the other names we had yesterday that were just like fucking batshit. And the day before they were batshit. This is just a word that's not in the language that I speak. So I want to say Kagyakabaso. I don't know. Ooh, Patch. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I learned a fun thing about sub points the other day that I did not know was the case. And that's when you are not partnered, you can only have 5 sub slots. So when we did the sub drive the other day, we hit our maximum number, which is great. But all of the other sub point tiers that we've hit since then, which we've hit 3 additional tiers since then, which is fucking wild, and I can't thank you guys enough. They literally mean nothing as far as unlocking new slots go, because I'm not partner, which is big balls, if you ask me, but, you know, it is the way it is. Sometimes that's just the way it'd be. Kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? all of these are not all the same size. It's kind of unsettling. Yeah. So Cog, I'm just gonna call him Cog. Or yeah, Kagyakabaso. I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope I'm doing that right. Because I have a feeling subathon to make partner. Subs don't make partner. You need to have over 75 concurrent viewers on average. So that one's difficult. That one's very difficult. And then even then, there's no guarantee. But that is a Celius or Celius, according to the anime. But I don't know if that's correct or not, because the anime fucks up a lot of pronunciations belonging to Ran. BB Hate is the Hanger doll belonging to Vibberbuns. And then we've got Come Here, the Shishi, belonging to Great Golem. Pirito belongs to Tarf. Kabloom, the brother of Kablam, belongs to Abeth. And Phantom Train belongs to Freya. Phantom Train is, of course, Express Worm, and Kabloom is, what's his name? The Bajarl doll. I forget the Bajarl doll's name. Someone will tell me. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Enough jibber jabber. It's gonna suplex back. That's awesome. I don't actually remember its text, but I assume it has the suplex with that name. We'll get to see in the first game. We got Chaos with Santana 2, and we got Freya with Phantom Train. Backy, that's it. Thank you. Good name. Oh my god. What will those geniuses think of next, you know? Oops, that's a wrong window, but anyway, we're gonna open up the betting real quick. Let me get that good to go. It's a FF6 reference. Well, of course it is. Start prediction. Who do you like? Do you like Santana 2? Or Phantom Train? Going all in on power? It's, yeah, it's just not terrible, you know? A little bit of speed because Phantom or Express Worm starts with a decent amount of speed, and it's probably hard to get rid of it. Does that must hit the cap? Oh, it's also got 100 intelligence. That's the problem. So it's basically two. No, wait, the 100 intelligence doesn't matter. So it's basically a wasted point that could have been somewhere else, which is kind of unfortunate. Wait, you got 20 seconds left. Make your bets. You got a Renacraft, you got an Express Worm. There's a lot of, like, transportation-themed monsters. Phantom Train and Tram and Radial, technically. Okay, here we go. Energy Shot and Sting. Interesting build on Santana 2. I did Man vs. Man. Nobody stopped me. That one's on you guys. Also, Santana is much bigger. That one's on you guys. Come on. What kind of show you guys are running here? The classic literature struggle. Man vs. man, man vs. com vs. com, and com vs. man. The four classical... what do you call it? The four classical struggles, yeah. RNGesus versus all man versus RNGesus. 28 damage minus 27. Conflict is the word I was looking for. I guess struggle is the same word, but yeah. This is the bite. Sting lands. Ooh, big damage on Sting. Sting not known for its damage. It's just kind of an accurate tech. It's like a good basic tech. A little bit expensive for a basic tech, but pretty solid. And otherwise, there's the Sting on the other side, significantly less damage. Am I playing? Wait. Am I not playing on hard mode? I'm not playing on hard. Dude, there's so many fuck ups. What is this? What is this? None of this counts. Fools. We're gonna get it. We'll get it eventually. Cursed stream. This is a spooky pasta stream. You'd think I've done this before, you know? Anyway, we get to change the scenery. So if you didn't like what I think is the Papa's arena, then well, you got another shot. Let's try this again. Energy Shot did a lot of withering, so I just wasn't assuming. I was like, oh wow, that does more than I expected it to. But that's just basic. That's what it does in vanilla. Okay. So, off to a rough start. Everybody gets one, you know? Everybody gets a couple of times to fuck up. Hey, look at that. This is the Papa's arena. We don't see this one often.
Catch, Blanco Nino.
It's not very often we see this arena, so that's pretty cool. I think this is the Papa's one. Punch. Another punch. Oh, big sting. Pinch throw. It's a lot of damage on pinch throw. Has power now, though. Energy shots. So energy shots wasn't cranked up too much, but energy shots was. Damn, the big crit there when in game 1. Did the seizure procedure not go off either? Dude, Streamlabs is fucking up hard. Did it not go off? I didn't notice, but I also don't have the sound on my side. One sec. Okay, so I just needed to reset a browser thing. It's a scam. Well, you know, you get what you pay for. There we go. Did the energy shot name or power sting let you know? Power sting did. Because it did more damage than I was expecting coming off of 100 intelligence. Yeah, Streamlabs has been ultra dumb lately. And I just don't have time to swap everything over. I do too many streams. Pierce throw. It would take me like multiple days to get another stream up and running on OBS. Ooh, Sting can do a little bit. Little punch. More punches. That one misses at 81% though. Bite's gonna do a little bit. Santana's still in it. Goes for another punch. Another punch. Oh, gets the bite, and there's the KO. Oh, there's a grit. He's got like a half second to attack. Or no, not even. So, we got a game 3, folks. Okay, so pretty raggedy first game of the tournament, but it'll pick up from here. Pinch throw for 257 damage, damn. Santana in a little bit of trouble, but can come back from that, definitely. Sting. Sting misses, but that's okay, because, you know, it wouldn't do much anyway. If you're gonna miss a move, missing Sting is probably the best move to miss. Pinch throw at 59, that one misses. Remind you, that's 59% versus a monster with 0 speed. So it's literally never gonna be better than that. Oh, the Claw Assault. Has the Guts lead. I don't know if Phantom Train's gonna have enough Guts to attack again. He'll be close, but Santana will be able to attack before, and, you know, he's got Light Bullet, he's got Sting. Both those moves do a decent amount of withering. Claw Assault lands again, just to run down the clock, and Santana's gonna win 2-1. Unfortunate if you're a fan of the worm, but these things happen. Okay. Next up, we got Glassworks. And we got Kabloom. I like how his cheer squad is the 4 monsters he entered last year. 3 of them made Rank S. 1 of them made Legend Cup. Summer Sun being the worst monster he raised, and it still was like a threat in Rank A, which is pretty crazy. Okay, we got Glassworks. And Kabloom. Place your bets. I love the 200 and everything. It's pretty funny. They both have the same amount of life, so we'll be able to tell exactly who's winning at all stages. When you're doing your scrimmages, Phantom Train did the best. I think Phantom Train can do pretty well. Pinch Throw is a very powerful attack. Just need to watch out for anybody with any sort of speed. Is it just expensive enough to be prohibitive if it misses? Which it should be, realistically, considering how good it is otherwise. Okay, you got 10 seconds left on your bet. Get him in. Damn, 4,000. I wonder who bet all that on the Phoenix. These are both good monsters. Phoenix is a strong monster in hard mode. Raki is a hard monster in hard mode. It's a strong monster. I don't know if I said hard monster, but whatever. Anyway, Sneak Combo. The new and improved Sneak Combo versus Power Phoenix, which has basically just always been as good as it is. 200 damage on Beak. Beak is a strong basic tech. Weapon. Hits him with the weapon. That does a little bit of damage, a little bit of withering. Phoenix has incredibly bad guts right now in hard mode. So any amount of withering done to it is just brutal. Misses the weapon at 80. Ooh. -7 there. Pretty low roll on weapon. -15. Phoenix gets anger. Look at that guts rate with anger. It's like a normal monster's guts rate. I think the Kabloom is still faster. Both monsters can attack. He's going to go for another weapon. That one misses. So 3 attacks at 75 or higher have missed from Kabloom. Goes for weapon throw, misses at 68. He's about 50% on his attacks. He can just run down the clock here if he keeps attacking, but he needs to actually do some damage. And he got kind of unlucky there with his hits. Game 2, Glassworks up 1-0. It's the weapon. I like how his weapon is like a little scimitar, like a little jewel-encrusted scimitar. It's the weapon throw. It's not going to do much damage, but, you know, the withering's fine. Sneak Combo. Or is that just sneak? No, that's Sneak Combo. It's interesting because Sneak and Sneak Combo aren't actually a tech chain. They obviously should be, but they just aren't in the code of the game. Oh, -11 guts there. Procs Anger. It's just going to be easier to hit. Goes for another weapon. Anger runs out. Oh, no, it doesn't run out yet. It's just the name goes away. So that's an interesting thing about Phoenix that I didn't know. When it has anger, it does not glow red. Like every other monster in the game does. It just gets the heat above it like if it had hurry, but it does not have the glowing red aspect to it. He's always angry. That's his... He's always glowing red, yeah. Original sneak combo was awful. It might be the most overpriced move in the entire game. It's very bad. Ooh, a lot of damage there on Beak. Hits the weapon. Phoenix's Guts Correction really helping him absorb these hits. In the unlikely situation that he misses something, it's gonna hurt him. Oh yeah, there you go. Now he's dealing with a monster with a huge Guts lead. Even if he's using... Well, I mean, they're not hitting anyway, so... There's 2 in a row. 3 in a row. Probably not what he wants to be spending his guts on. But he has effectively stopped Glassworks from building up 45 guts. There's a weapon. Still losing, but he has ease. Needs to attack one more time. Shank would be perfect here, but he goes for Talons instead to run down the clock. Glassworks is going to win that one 2-1. 4 in a row. It's pretty funny, yeah. That was a lot of attacks. So, Baki has one of the worst guts rates for Rackies, and you saw how fast that was? It's like, what? A 9? Or a 10? I think it's a 9. We got Kagyaka Basso. I don't know how to... what syllables to, like, emphasize in that. There's too many. I'll get it eventually. I'll learn eventually. Tix, help me out here. How do I pronounce that? And Pirito, which I know how to pronounce. Piretto. Kagyakabaso. Okay, I understand where the syllables are. I don't know which ones to enunciate, you know? Like, which ones to emphasize. Pirito with no defense. It's a beautiful thing. 450 intelligence, a little sus, but, you know, it's, I'm a fan. I don't know either, only rent. Oh, okay. So it's not like a phrase or anything, right? Is it like an actual name? Is it Japanese? No.
If there were two guys on the moon and one killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up or what?
Why the pause there? It's like, I shouldn't be saying this. Ooh. That would be fucked up, though. Thank you, Macho. Appreciate it. Maybe a mix of words. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's probably 2 or 3 Tagalog words. Anyway. Oh, still 20 seconds left. Get your bets in. I accidentally pressed X on my controller. Go, 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 go. Don't look at the bottom. Don't look at the attacks. It's cheating. Kagyakabaso. I don't want to say the whole thing every time because it's like a full sentence. But I'm going to say Cog. Cog's got an interesting move loadout. He only has 1 additional attack, and it's triple stabs. Pirito has Soundwave and Electrify, or Shock, which is interesting. Baki should be 9, yeah, I believe so. What's Pajaro's standing guts rate? 14? It's 14 or 13, one or the other. The double stabs. Here comes the triple stabs. That's 1 more stab. Almost enough to get the KO right off the bat. This is an interesting mix of attacks for Intelligence Niton, because Shock is decent in hard mode. It's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. and in vanilla, but it's been buffed decently. And Soundwave is just a low damage, accurate tech. Oh, not enough to kill. Both monsters can attack. Another triple stab. He's playing with his food. Cog wins game 1. Guessing Cabasso is a combined Caballo and Aso, which means horse and dog. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Soundwave. Also, I love how much bigger the Niton is than the Centaur. It's like a baby Centaur. The shell's taller than his head. Ooh, anger. Gonna be a decent amount of withering on that too, yeah. Soundwave minus 15 guts. Goes for it again. 86% chance to hit. Damn! 238 damage? What the fuck? That's the most I've ever seen that move do. Power crit. I literally don't think I've ever seen Soundwave do 200 damage. And I've raised a Niton with maximum intelligence. So. That's first time for everything, I guess. 62, that one makes more sense. 300% damage, yes sir. Smash, bonk him in the head. Not feeling that. Also, Cog hasn't used rear leg kick yet. I don't want to jinx it because that move is bad. I don't know how much it's been changed in hard mode. I don't know if it's still really terrible. Oh, that's not bad. That's better than it was. But it was bad in vanilla. More sound waves, more crits, more anger. Misses the smash. Soundwave. Both these monsters have a ton of guts. He can just keep attacking with Soundwave if he wants. That's what he's going to do. It's going to run down the clock. Pirito is going to win 2-1. Smash combo and triple stabs look pretty similar. They're very, very similar. I believe they were changed to be dissimilar in hard mode, though. In vanilla, they're like the same move. Or is it in hard mode they're like the same move? There's one of the versions of the game, the moves are extremely, extremely close in what they do. And it just comes down to what do you want. Do you want slightly more accuracy or slightly more damage output? Not doing good on these bets. You know what? As much as I love Niton, I probably would not have bet on Niton in that matchup. I feel like the Centaur is probably the safer bet. So, you know, I don't know what I'm doing either. Okay, we got BB Hate and Come Here. Yeah, Shishi's great. Got turn stab on yours? I think turn stab's pretty good. It's a little bit long of an animation for how much damage it does, but, you know, there's definitely worse moves out there. I'm surprised there's not more Rackies, to be honest, because we all know how powerful Racky is. The 6 guts rate is banned outright because of how absolutely absurd Curse Dance is in this game. It is easily the best move in the game. You could win with just Curse Dance and no other attacks. And then you build a tank that has anger, and bingo bango. That's it. And both me and Jack have proven how absolutely absurd that build is of a 6 guts rate Racky with basically just that. I did just that in kicks, and I did insanely well in the Olympics, and then I did almost that exact same build in the Pawn tournament that Abeth ran like a year ago. I got second place to his Undine. And Jack ran a Metal Glay. I can't remember what tournament it was for, but it was really dominant as well. There's a lot of different ways to build Raki, though, if you don't have the 6 guts rate, because it's kind of difficult to run an 80 guts move without a 6 guts rate and anger. If you got it, it's, you know, you basically have one build. But just stopping him from being able to use that one tech really opens up the variety, the different things that you can do. Ooh, the charge land, that's going to be it. Sleep Tight is a very scary move in general, especially in a league where almost nobody is running any speed. And of course, Vibrabunts is running Spin Slash and Punch. Oh my god. 300 damage, minus 32 guts. Absolutely worth the cost and the risk. BB Hate's got a long road to recovery here. He needs to land some big stuff. He needs to land multiple punches or multiple Spin Slashes. And he's not going to have many chances to do that. He's got to start right now. He's got Anger. Angry Spin Slash. Good start. Misses at 78 though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shishi is the only unknown breed you have on disc. That only did 7 damage to himself. What is this? Broken ass game. Weapon lands again. We see multiple weapons here. Oh my god, misses at 96%. But he hits the Spin Slash, so that's going to be pretty significant damage. 222. He will get one more chance to attack. What's he going to do with it, though? Another Spin Slash? No, he's going to stand still and lose 2-0. That's a random number between 1 and max recoil. Yeah, it's... recoil is just bizarre. Okay, let's update bracket. I haven't done any of that yet. So let's take a look. Let's get our X's and O's. If you are ever curious about the font I use for the O's and X's, it's called Ferdoka 1. I'm gonna make that red. X. I'm gonna make that blue. Not quite cyan, but blue. Okay. You've seen how the sausage is made. Wait, I gotta outline it first, just so it's obvious. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So how's everybody's Monday going today? You know, when you're unemployed, every day is Sunday, so it has not been a particularly different Monday for me. Just waiting for COVID to end, you know. I actually signed up to get the vaccine, so hopefully I'll be getting it soon, and then I will probably feel a lot less scared to just go in and do the work I normally do. People are gonna want to have weddings and stuff soon, and if I could just go in vaccinated and like not give a shit, that'd be amazing. Does also mean that if I do get it soon, you know, I don't know what the side effects are gonna be like. I may feel super shitty and have to cancel a couple of days of streaming, but we'll get to that when we get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, you know. Okay. So, after one round, pretty interesting. Which one did I sign up for? Dude, I don't care. It's whatever. It's just... I just want the vaccine. None of them are gonna kill me. I have no health issues. Get your second one tomorrow? That's great. Happy for you. Not feeling Too good so you had to leave work early? Damn, that sucks. I hate that. It's such a frustrating feeling when you have to leave work because you don't feel good, because it's like, you know, I'm working because I want to work. I want to make money. I remember one time, here's, like, I'm doing okay at a point in my life I'm at. You know, I'm an adult, working in management and production and some fun stuff. But I was underemployed for quite a while. Up until about 6 years ago, I was working like retail, and a significant portion of my money, the money I was making, actually came from like betting on video games, like betting on Street Fighter tournaments and shit like that. I was making a lot of money doing that, or like a lot of money. Like I was supplementing my income. But I had, I was working at a grocery store. Come here one. And now we have our next one. We got Santana 2, and we got Kabloom. So yeah, I was working at a grocery store, and I threw my back out, and I was like, man, I really need the money. So I was just, you know, kept working. My my back was spasming like super, super hard, to the point where like occasionally I'd just be walking, and then I could feel the spasm going in my back, and then I would just like cripple over and like, there's nothing I could do about it. It just, my entire body was failing me. It fucking hurt so bad. And I remember the first thing I did was I took a piece of wood, and I got my boy with the industrial wrapper to wrap me in plastic wrap to this chunk of wood on my back as like a back brace. Because I'm like, I can't afford to miss work right now. That's how fucking desperate I was. And I did that for about 2 hours, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. And when I told the manager about it, he was such a piece of shit about it. I hope that dude got hit by a car later in life, because, like, what a fucking asshole. But I was like, dude, I can, like, barely walk, and I kept, like, crippling over. And he was like, how do I know you're not faking? I'm like, dude, it's a fucking minimum wage job that I don't even need to be here for. Like, worst case scenario, I am faking, and nothing happens, right? I go home, and I come back to work the next day, right? Like, what? It doesn't fucking matter. You're not the police. Like, what? You failed detective, and that's why you're middle management at a grocery store? Like, get out of my ass here. But the office, there's 2 offices. There's one near the front. Like, there's an office, an executive office beside where security is, and then there's the office upstairs, which is like our lunch room. And he made me walk up to the lunchroom one with a back that, like, I could barely walk. And so he makes me walk up basically 1.5 flights of stairs to get up to the top to see if I'm faking or some shit. And I, like, barely made it. It took me, like, 5 minutes to climb a flight of stairs. And then they wouldn't let me back to work if I didn't have a doctor's note. And they wouldn't pay me for the job, like, the day I had taken off, until I got a doctor's note. And the doctor's note cost $50, and I didn't have $50, so I couldn't get the doctor's note. So I'm like, I'm just gonna, like, I played chicken with them. It is illegal. It absolutely is. But, you know, they're just being them. And I played chicken with them. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on workman's comp until you guys let me back to work. Like, feel free. You want to do this? Like, I feel like this is pretty easy victory for me. And they eventually were just like, yeah, okay, we'll just pay you. We'll pay you for 2 weeks. Just come back. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I took like 2 days off work and then went back. And my lower back has been absolutely fucked ever since. And occasionally I still get spasms. So, you know, your boss is not your friend. And, you know, if you work in a grocery store and you steal food to feed yourself, you know, maybe there's worse things in the world. Maybe if you do a little extracurricular shopping, as we like to call it, or something of the like, maybe you're justified. You quit Taco Bell for a similar reason? Dude, fuck dipshit managers, man. Hate that shit. My boss right now is super cool. I love the guy. Anyway, Santana 2 winning game 2 so far, but there's enough time left for Kabloom to do something. Big crit weapon hit here. Not enough. We got a game 3. That's enough story time with Uncle Moose. Sure, was using Claw Assault. Yeah, I mean, it's a good move. He doesn't have the most power, but it's a good move. Gone through 3 different supervisors at your current job. Damn. Yeah, my current job is solid. My boss has a bit of a temper, but he's a great dude. And if you just like, you're like, okay, whatever. You're in a mood, like you do you. He'll get over it in like 15 minutes. You just don't take it personally. But I've had some managers that were like very, like they had the temper, but then also they made it personal and like gross. I don't know. I fucking hated working a couple of jobs I've worked in my life. Just like everybody has shitty jobs, but we'll get into some of those later. Manager at my first job was your aunt. You do love the crunch. It's a good sound effect. Ooh, gets the shank. Boss was a real dick about your autism. She got moved. Like, you have to know, there's only so much that people can do, right? Like, if you have something that's stopping you, and they know that going in. Also, both monsters ended at 44 guts at the end. Neither of them was able to attack. Kabloom wins that one 2-1. I think that's the first time I've seen both monsters end a match with 44 guts. Oh well. Oops. We get a change of scenery, so that's not too bad. Called a girl trashy for cutting her hair. That's just like douchey, right? The last job I worked at, my boss and all my coworkers would like rag on this one guy that was like, I was an operations manager. And so I did like scheduling and I made sure equipment was ready and stuff like that. And everybody would like make fun of this one guy who like constantly refused to do unsafe work. And it was so funny to me because it's like, dude, he's allowed to. Like, the shit you're asking him to do is dangerous. And if he's not comfortable doing it, I don't want him doing it because, you know, if you got to like climb a scaffolding or something like that and you don't have the self-confidence to do that, you are going to fall. Like, that shit sucks. If you're scared, like, you have put yourself in a terrible position. So, you know, if he's, in your opinion, being a little baby about it and like climbing 20 feet in the air without a harness or whatever, like, it's only 20 feet, you're not going to die. I mean, you could. You definitely could. But, like, they didn't think he would. So, you know. So I would go do it because, like, I don't have any fear about that kind of shit. Maybe it's stupid and no job is worth dying for, but, you know, I would never have any problem with that. And most of the people didn't have any problem with that. But if they bully him, he might do it. Exactly. But the kid was smart. The kid was just like, no, fuck that. Like, I come from like a corporate. So the kid was like, I think a year or two younger than me. And he was just new to audiovisual work. But like, it wasn't his first job. He had worked in finance before that. And he just got bored of working finance at a desk. So like, he wasn't an idiot. And he was just like, dude, like, I'm not doing this shit. This is stupid. And there was a lot of stuff like that where I just like let it go because I'm like, okay, whatever. And my boss and I didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things because I didn't force my guys to do some like suspect shit. And other things, like, we just did not see eye to eye, and he eventually let me go because it was obvious that I was not a good fit for what he wanted. So now I work almost the exact same job, except with less responsibility and more pay. So, hell yeah. I just gotta wait for, you know, things to open up again. The double sound wave, that could be actually really bad for Glassworks. He got the crit, triple beaks, and doing 380 something damage, but he's getting withered down so hard now by Soundwave. I don't know if he's got what it takes. 1 second left. Nothing from Pirato. Glassworks. It did enough damage and survived long enough to win game number 1. One of your managers was afraid of your boss, so every time he made the mistake, he made me get scolded by the boss instead of him. That's pretty funny. Don't attack or anything. Never. He definitely could have made it. That looked very doable for Pirito. He could have used a power attack and probably won. Ooh, Beak can do a little bit of damage there. Yeah, it's a big snail and a tiny little baby phoenix. More pay and less responsibility is very nice. I was underpaid by a little bit. Part of that's my fault because I didn't try to negotiate a much better contract than I had, but I also didn't feel like I was going to get it. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. Ooh, Electrify doing 263 on the crit. Pirito wins game number 2. That's a big crit. Beak misses at 87. Uh-oh. Stab. Not what Pirito wants, but it's a little bit of damage. Gets hit with the talons. 11 guts down. Damn. Actually, that's quite a bit of withering. Electrified 70 misses as well, so they've both missed one move. That probably should have hit. Look down for 2 seconds and he's dead. Yeah, that was fast. Goes for another stab. Pirito needs to get out of that slot if he wants to win. Rapid Beaks at 97. Definitely going to hit 203. No grit this time. Glassworks wins 2-1. Those slot 1 techs are going to give Pirito a bit of a hard time. Not much you can do about it though. Next up we got Cog. And who do we have to fight him? Oh, we got Come Here. Yeah, Phoenix named Burb. That's true. I did see that. My friend once made a post about our boss's choice of shirts and how fat it made him look on Facebook. Yeah, that's kind of shitty. Like, especially if your boss knows, right? I remember... So a couple of jobs ago. This is stroll down memory lane while we wait for stuff to happen in this game. But I was having a lot of trouble at the job I was at. I was director of operations, so basically operations manager with a nicer sounding title for this other company I worked for before the last one, where so like 2 jobs ago, and I was getting married, and I got married. It was a big thing and whatever, and then because my wife is Chinese, we did a second like Chinese dinner. It was basically a second wedding, much smaller, like lower key, but like with all the extended family and stuff like that. And my job as operations manager is basically I need to make sure all of the events we're running go smoothly. I'm like in charge of all of that. I need to make sure we have enough staff. We need to make sure all the equipment's working. Need to make sure the guys on site know what they're doing, know what the expectations are, stuff like that. And I get a call at 2 in the morning on the night of the Chinese wedding. So I'm in bed because, you know, it's much more low key. There's no like huge like dance party or anything after that. Like it was a little party, but the wedding with friends and stuff had already happened. And so it's night of my wedding. I get a call that one person has shown up to take down this entire event that has like a gigantic like 35-foot stage and like a huge video wall and all these moving lights and this and that. One person showed up and they're like, well, like, you gotta help me. Like, what are we gonna do here? And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll see where they're at, because I called a labor company to help out. We needed a lot of hands. And so I called the labor company, and I'm like, hey, where are you guys? And he's like, oh, I didn't realize that was tonight. And I'm like, well, that's a mistake on your part. Like, how are you gonna fix this? And he's like, oh, well, I can't get any guys there. And so I call my boss up, and I'm like, hey, they fucked up pretty bad. I don't know what to do about this. And he's like, well, you better figure it out. And I'm like, on my wedding night? You want me to figure this out on my wedding night? I made a couple of calls already. Like, I'm hanging up now, and this is your responsibility now. And they were, like, losing their shit over it. It was so stupid. And I wasn't on call. It was my fucking wedding, you know? 2 in the morning. And so, like, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after that, my grandmother passes away. And so I'm like, look, I'm gonna take the weekend off. I'm gonna go up to my hometown for a funeral. And they're like, yeah, take all the time you need. Just make sure like everything is in order. And I'm like, yeah. So what I did, because you know I don't trust anyone at this company to know what the fuck they're doing. Damn, what the fuck? Big kill there. So we're going on to game 3. So I was like, yeah, so you know what I'm going to do for the weekend? For Saturday, I'm going to pay one guy for 24 hours to be on call, to be me, to do what I do. And for the second day, I'm going to have a different guy on call for 24 hours. They're getting paid $30 an hour for 24 hours straight. You call them with any problems at any time, and they will drop whatever they're doing to come and save the day. They're both guys who have done my job before for different companies. They're getting paid a shit ton of money to sit on their ass, so make sure you call them if there's any problems. So I'm at the funeral, and I get a call, and while I'm at the funeral, and they're like, hey, the 2 guys you had set up this show blew a fuse during the wedding, and all the lights are out while they were doing the ceremony. Like, you gotta fix this. I'm like, excuse me? Like, why do I have to fix this? I'm 500 kilometers away at a funeral. Santor wins, by the way. I was 500 kilometers away at a funeral, and they're like, yeah, you gotta fix this. I'm like, fix it how? Like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And they're like, well, call some people who can fix it, do this, do that. I'm like, look, I have someone on call just to solve this issue for you. Just to solve this issue for you. And you're paying them. They're being paid. It's your money going to them. $30 an hour for 24 hours. They gotta do it. They gotta do whatever you tell them to do. They know. You have their contact info, this and that. And they're like, no, like, I want you to fix this. This is your responsibility because you hired the guys. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, that's not how it works. It's not a personal thing, right? If I hire guys and they fuck up, you know, it's my bad. But there's someone there to fix the problem. I've hired him as well. I've hired a cleaner, essentially, you know? I've hired a problem fixer. And so they're yelling at me on the phone that I need to fix this. I'm still at a funeral. I'm at a funeral as it's happening. I'm outside taking a call while they're doing all the... while they're doing all the ceremonial stuff. And I'm just yelling. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm like, you guys are so fucking incompetent. Like, I swear to Christ. And then I'm like, do not call me again, or I will quit on the spot. And I will fire the 2 guys that I hired for the weekend, so they no longer will be getting paid. So you'll be on your own. Like, don't fucking play this with me. Just call them and figure it out. So I hung up. And 10 seconds later, I get a call back. And I'm like, I quit. And I hung up immediately. And then I called the guys and said, look, they don't want to pay you anymore. So you will get paid up until this phone call. And then no more after this. And they were yelling. I'm like, I know, they suck, right? They suck. And so I was like, look, they don't do it. As far as you're concerned, you're not getting paid anymore. If they call you back, ask for more money. You know, fucking ream them for it. And so then I ended up blocking my boss's number, and I wrote something on Facebook about, like, crazy how my weekend off, it means I'm actually on call or something like that. It's something really basic. And after I had already quit, and then I get a phone call later, and it's like this really angry email about how I had said all this, like, heinous shit on Facebook and this and that, and how they're gonna sue me for libel. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I said you guys, I said I'm on call even though it's my weekend off, and that sucks. Like, I didn't say anything about the company. I didn't even name the company. And so I went in to collect my last check, and they're like, don't really appreciate what you said on Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about what I said on Facebook? I don't appreciate you calling me at a funeral, you piece of shit. Give me my check. Your landlord didn't give us any time to mourn your grandpa's death. Damn. Landlords fucking suck, though. Landlords are useless. You know how little effort goes into managing a building? Being the superintendent is incredibly hard, thankless work. Being the landlord is fucking... requires nothing. Train wins game 1. Oh, you know how little goes into managing. Do you really? That's so funny. Also, thank you for the follow. I noticed you followed off stream, Cujo. Appreciate it. You had mold in your walls for 6 years. Placed for one wall. We have swipe cards instead of keys. And one of the readers on the outside of the building has been broken for like 8 months. And they just haven't fixed it. So you have to walk around to the other side of the building to go in. Ooh, pinch throw, big damage. That's a 2-0 for Phantom Train. So, Phantom Train wins that one, despite the odds being against it in the betting. Doesn't really mean anything most of the time, but, you know. Okay. So we went that entire round without talking about the game. I guess there's only so many times you can mention what's happening in a Monster Rancher match, but I'll try to keep story time to a minimum from this point on. It's just those are fun stories, and I haven't told them on stream yet. If I had, you know, I probably wouldn't have done it a second time. I've had some pretty shitty work experiences. That's how, like, even with my last job, even though, like, it was frustrating and sometimes I definitely worked more than I needed to for free, and I put in, like, a lot of time and effort that I probably shouldn't have, considering how unceremoniously I was let go. It's still way better experience than the job I had before. The job I had before, I would not wish on my worst enemy. I fucking hated everything about that and the people there. Just the worst people alive. Okay, there's this, and then Train beats BB Hate. The two Bajaros screwed me up. Okay. C-ranked big old baby slapping each other. Yeah, there's no knockouts. There's nothing crazy right yet. Stories are entertaining. So sorry I had to go through them. Do it. I have so many stories about that last job, but the thing is, I'm kind of like starting to build like a very modest following, and I feel like it's very, like, I'm not exactly a private guy with my life or anything, right? And I'm just afraid people are gonna find out who I'm talking about, and then I don't want to have to deal with them again. But yeah, they fucking suck. But would you wish your old job before your old job? Would you wish your old job before your old job on the guy that made you walk up the stairs to prove that you're hurt? Yeah, that dude fucking sucks. That dude's a piece of shit. Oh, here's another fun. This isn't the same company, but here's another fun production story that I have. So, it's the middle of the ice storm. We had a really bad ice storm here about half a decade ago. Really just awful, awful shit. And I was driving, and I was on the phone getting reamed out about something that wasn't my fault, but, you know, whatever. As management, sometimes you just take the heat for your guys, because it's not going to affect you in the long run. And they might get fired if you throw them under the bus. And I don't want my guys to get fired, so I love my guys. And so I'm driving, and I'm just, like, trying to concentrate, and it's just so fucking icy. And I'm getting yelled at, and I'm like, look, can we do this later? Like, I'm driving right now. And he's like, no, fuck you. We're doing it right now. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And so I eventually muted him on my call through my car stereo. And so I'm just driving in silence and thinking, like, wow, this dude's fucking angry for no reason. Like, this is such a stupid thing to worry about. And I took a turn on, like, kind of like a small on-ramp, like onto a highway from a side road. And I skidded out a little bit. It was a little bit too icy. I took it slightly too fast. I wasn't going very fast at all, but, you know, bad traction is bad traction if you've ever driven in snow. And I bumped into the median a little bit, and I fucked up one of my tires really badly. So if I was going any faster than 40, I'd get a really, really bad speed wobble. And so I call him back, and I'm like, look, like, I just got it in a small accident. I'm okay, but, like, I'm not I'm not talking to you anymore. And I hung up on him. And it was just like, whatever. Like, it sucks. It's going to probably be a very cheap fix, though, as long as I don't have anything bigger that's broken. Like, as long as it's just my wheel, it's probably $100 or whatever. So I'm not stressing too much. I'm just like, that wasn't very fun. But then, because it's an ice storm, a bunch of my guys are like, look, the buses aren't running. It's not safe, so, like, we can't actually get to work. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get all this stuff pulled and, like, ready to go. I'll get it loaded onto the truck for tomorrow. And so I basically stayed at the shop overnight, loaded this truck by myself. It's like a 3-man job, but I did it by myself because my guys couldn't make it in. Like, whatever, it is what it is. There's not a lot of transportation, public transportation to where my office was. And so I do it by myself. I'm exhausted. I just sleep in my car with the heat on, and then I wake up ready to go, and the driver was sublet out by another company. The driver came by, picked up the truck. I'm like, look, you're going to need some gas. It's a little bit low on gas. Before you get to the place, fill it up with gas, and, you know, we're good. And so he did. And apparently he doesn't know anything about fucking trucks because he took this, like, little cube van and he put diesel in it. I don't know if you've ever put diesel into a car that's not supposed to have diesel in it, but it's incredibly hard to get the nozzle in. It's a different size nozzle. So he filled up a regular truck with diesel, and it broke down like 100 feet out of the gas station in the middle of the highway, in the middle of an ice storm. Ice storm's still going. It's the next day, but it's ice storm's still going. So he's broken down on the side of the highway, and the way that we fix this, because, you know, show must go on and all that shit, I call up one of my friends who has a truck. We get him to pull up beside my truck. But remember, this is in the middle of a snowstorm on the middle of a highway. And we get him to pull a 180 so it's back to back in the middle of the highway. So I have to hire this guy and then convince him to pull a 180 in oncoming traffic to cover up these 2 lanes. And then we get a ramp to go across, and we push all of the road cases from one to the other. And it was just a fucking nightmare. People could have died pushing these cases in the middle of, you know, middle of nowhere, in the middle of the highway. Santana wins 2-0, by the way. And so, despite all this, like, crazy shit happening, we get to the venue, I think, 40 minutes late. We're only 40 minutes behind schedule. And, like, that's wild. That is a miracle. That is an actual, I am now a believer miracle that we were only 40 minutes late. We get there, we set up the show. It's for some kid's bat mitzvah. So, you know, it's an important day for them. And their mom is like total fucking pageant mom. And they're like, oh, a bunch of her friends aren't going to show up because the weather is so bad. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have held the fucking event. Like, you should have waited till next week or something. Should have rescheduled. It's not that big of a deal. Of course, I didn't say any of this. I was like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Like, like, I don't know what to say. But it's like, yeah, so a lot of her friends aren't going to be here and the weather's kind of bad. So we're going to move up the start time. I'm like, oh, you want to move up the start time? We got here late. But you want to move up the start time by an hour and a half. We only allotted enough time to like get it done with like maybe a half hour to spare. So we were already going to be pushing it. Now what you're asking for is literally impossible. But, you know, it's a friend of my boss, so I got to do whatever they say. And so we're busting our ass. We're trying our hardest to get it done. And we finish 15 to 20 minutes after the new start time. So they wanted to start an hour and a half early. We ended up starting about an hour and 10 minutes early. And my boss comes in just yelling, like, why are you set up late and this and that? And I'm like, look, the amount of shit I had to go through to make this happen, it's an actual miracle. And you're so lucky I'm not asking for a pay raise after today. And he comes in and he's like, well, this doesn't look that clean. This doesn't look that tidy. Like, what am I paying you for? This and that. And my entire crew left. They just walked off. They're like, I don't know how you deal with this guy, but I'm not getting paid by him, so I am just going to leave. And so my entire crew left, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do the same. So we all just left, and we're like, hey, have a good show, figure it out. And then that was the last time I worked for that company. Rapid Beaks, big damage, Glassworks. Perfect KO. Like, imagine in an ice storm getting a show set up ahead of schedule by over an hour after your driver filled the truck with the wrong fuel, and you had to get a second truck, back it up in the middle of a highway, and transfer all of the equipment. Still got it done. Still got it done ahead of time, and it wasn't good enough. I don't know what you do in that situation. Beak does some big damage. Yeah, that's enough work stories. We'll get back into Monster Rancher. I suppose that's why you're here. We're all here for a collective love of the world's weirdest game. Both monsters can attack. Who's gonna go first, though? Sleep Tight misses. Does 11 damage. Uh-oh. Who's going to attack next? Goes for another Sleep Tight. That one lands. That's a guaranteed KO. 219 damage. Come Here wins game number 2. Big squeesh. Yeah, it does a lot of withering. Charge, causing the Phoenix to do a full backflip. Honestly, if I was the Baku in this matchup, I would literally only be using Come Here, or Sleep Tight. For the collective love of Katamari Damacy. Yeah, that's a good game too. It's a fun, what do you call it? It's a fun criticism of capitalism. Looks like he's getting yeeted. He's doing the big flop, the big belly flop. So that's a 2-1 for Doggy. Okay, so here's the thing that you don't see often. Look at Come Here's card. The Shishi card doesn't actually look like this. Like, the legs aren't that goofy. The portrait and the card are actually different. Next up, we got 3 and 4. We got Cog. And who else do we got? I forget who number 4 is. Ooh. BB Hate. This will be a fun one. Zoom Naga is the same. There's a couple that are just like completely different for whatever reason. So is Naga Golem. Naga Golem is different. I don't know why. It like references an older card or something, I think. You can't bet? Rough. Yeah, I gotta make the all Zoom tournament happen. I don't know when that's going to be, though. I might make a sign-up sheet soon. And I don't know. It'll be a while, though. I'm thinking of having, like, some pretty crazy rules for it, though. Yeah, I was going to call it Oops All Zooms, but we'll see. I was thinking unlimited tech removal for fun. Just for funsies. Punch. It goes to punch the horse. Oh, punch him right over. Cow tipping. The zoomies would be good too. The zoomies as like Not the thing that dogs do, but like the clothing store, the skate shop. Firebomb only would be pretty fun. See, the thing is, we'd definitely get a lot of different builds if that was the case. Triple stabs. Cog wins game number 1. I forgot to upload the VODs for the last 2 streams, so I'm probably going to do a batch upload tonight while I sleep. Or tomorrow, whatever. I don't need to upload all the VODs one at a time, I don't think. I think if I just do them all at the same time, it doesn't really matter. It's not like people are like waiting for a serial upload schedule or anything like that. Triple stabs lands again. Triple stabs lands again. Still alive though. Weapon not gonna do a lot of damage. Multiple weapons in a row. 3 in a row. Into the triple stabs. Oh my god. What do I think would be a good hypothetical monster breed? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Cog wins 2-0 pretty quickly. There's a... See, the thing is, it's not like Pokemon, right? Like, there's tons of things they haven't explored. There's only 38 main breeds in this game. I think there's, like, less than 50 total. Throughout all of them. There's definitely less than 60, I think. 50 is a little bit restrictive. I don't think that's the case. But, I'm not sure. That's the thing. I literally have not given any thought to that. I would like... I don't know. I don't know what I would like. Kabloom and Phantom Train. Prediction is live. Something based on Ganesh would be interesting, like an Elephant Man. Yeah, that's... You know, give me the giraffe. The giraffe from the beginning. Oh, man. Yeah, elephant would be interesting. We do have... I don't know. You'd have to make him bipedal because otherwise it would look pretty similar to Baku, I think. But then making Baku just like an elephant would be pretty solid too as a subbreed. Yeah, that'd be neat. So like a fox monster, that'd be interesting too. There's nothing like that in the game. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are completely unexplored in Monster Rancher. Turtle monster? I could go for a turtle monster. His name would be Turtle, because of course it would. Or no, it'd be Torto or something like that. They're not very good with their names for main breeds. Raising Ocelot. Ocelot instead of Ocelot is such a funny typo as well. Looks a bit like a giraffe. I guess kinda. That's the closest thing to a giraffe we got. Pinch throw misses. There's a weapon throw for a baby amount of damage. Boogie monster. Dragon Kato? Yeah. Ocelot is Dragon Kato. Kabloom with the multiple weapon throws for the win. Okay. Sting misses. Literally, Superman with a gun? Who needs heat vision? Got my heat right here. Pinch throw, damn. Just different Superman with different guns. Bizarro Superman. Bajarl Superman. Superman. Worm Superman with a bazooka. No, Worm Superman would be like Earthworm Jim with the gun. Kabloom, that's not how you do damage. I'm sorry, brother. Don't have any bears. Yeah, a bear would be fun. Ooh, the Shank. With the Shawshank Redemption, but it's not enough. Phantom Train's still in the lead. Probably get a KO off of any of its power attacks here. Maybe not with Bite. Especially not if it misses. But Kabloom's not going to do anything. So, we got game 3. Sometimes it's like that. Many times it's like that today. Unicorns. Interesting. Horse monsters aren't like things I'm super interested in. Centaur is neat because the design for Centaur is not something I would ever have thought of if you were like, I'm going to make a Centaur-based monster. Zilla looks like it's part bear. You know what? It's probably the closest thing to a bear we got. Zilla Kuma. Giant chicken. Well, I mean, you got that on Doodle. I don't know what else. I would be down for a bear. Ooh, misses the pinch throw. Kabloom is in a very good spot here. How much damage are we looking at? Not enough to KO, but Kabloom still gets the win. 2-1. Put a base Centaur on Hercules' best friend, who is a Centaur. Like cartoon Hercules? Are you talking about Phil the Satyr? I say a satyr is just a deformed centaur, if you think about it. Okay. Excuse me. Actual Hercules. I'm talking about the actual Hercules. Disney made it. Disney invented this story. It had never been told before. Just like they invented Snow White. And they invented Mulan. Nobody has ever come up with those stories before. I'm actually... Like, I mean, this is not a hot take. This is not a unique opinion. But the whole concept of Disney just taking a Hans Christian Andersen or other folklore story and just be like, we own this now. This is our thing. You can't use the name. It's just really... I don't know. It doesn't rub me the right way. I know, I'm brave for speaking out against Disney. Nobody does that. Nobody's ever said anything bad about Disney. But here we are. Put Pikachu in? Yeah, there you go. Problem solved. Probably revive the series. Phantom Train versus Kabloom. Kabloom wins it. Okay, so after 3 rounds, almost halfway through, no monster has a perfect record. We got Santana, Glassworks, Cog, Come Here, and Kabloom all at 2 and 1. And then we have Phantom Train at 1 and 2, and BB Hate yet to win. So we have a 6-way tie for first right now. Oh no, Pirito also has 1 win. So 5-way tie for first. Pirito and Phantom Train trailing right behind, and BB Hate struggling a tiny bit. Kappa are fun. Cannot type it correctly. It's 2 P's. Oh, that's right, because of the face. Oh, Patch managed to. How'd he do it? If you ask me, Suezo is better than Pikachu. He's a cuter shade of yellow. I feel like 99% of humanity would disagree with you, but you were right to say so. Kappa the water demon. Yeah, the duck with the bowl of water on his head. Imagine if your brain was just a sloshing bowl of water, and kids were constantly trying to trick you to get it to pour out. Like, what a life that would be. You just have to, like, be on high alert all the time. Fucking kids. Like, they're after me Lucky Charms, except you die. Remember from Harry Potter. That's true. Harry Potter did invent Kappas. 99% of humanity just so happens to be wrong because Suezo is cute as hell. Suezo, I don't know if I would call Suezo cute. He's a very good design. But he's like Digimon cute, you know? One time you designed a crocodile-like monster based on the bunyip. I didn't see that. That's pretty interesting. Vibra buns. Okay, you got 20 seconds left. Get your bets in. You sound like Suezo, but over the years your mind has changed. He's a very neat design. I'm a fan. Oh my god, the frame one sleep tight. Misses. Suezo and Smash would be interesting. He's got enough moves. You could make a moveset out of it. Tongue Slap is definitely his rapid jab. But he doesn't have any lead in. It's like Villager's jab. I'm about doing a video about it. Ooh. Farm that content. Hits the claw assault. Come here is having trouble. All costumes can be different. Nintendo hire this man, you know. You can do it. Hits the charge. Teleport is up B for certain, yeah. Ooh. That's gonna end it. No last chance to attack for you. Come here. Spit could be his jab, and his F tilt could be a 3 input where it's like bite, bite, tongue slap. So he just has a Ganondorf jab. An F tilt projectile would be interesting. But it's a projectile, so it's a lemon. He's got a little lemon. What would his other attacks be? His B attacks. So he's got teleport. He's got I don't know if Yodel would work. Maybe Yodel is like a charge move that is like a radial effect or something around him. Something like that. That sounds like it wouldn't work very well, but you know. It's like Sing except it does damage. It's like the DK's old Smash, like Final Smash. Ooh, come here wins game number 2. Meteor could be the dare. Yeah, you could do that. I guess he does have moves from other games, right? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yodel could be like Sing, except does damage. It'd be really funny if it was like the DK bongo beat. Final Smash. I don't know why they ever gave DK that. Like, when I think of Donkey Kong, I think of the one rhythm game he was in. Damn, that was a lot of damage to himself there. Santana has a big lead now. Not even attacking. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was on man control. But it's not on man control. Oh, big sleep tight. 330 minus 30 guts. Santana will get a chance to attack first. I don't think it can do enough here. So it probably has to wither if it wants to keep this lead. Doesn't currently have a lead, but you know what I mean. Has a lead in guts. Ooh, minus 7. But come here's going to have a shot. Doesn't have a guaranteed hit, though. That's the thing. Charge at 74 lands. Not enough to kill. Santana's turn. What's he going to do? Is he going to do anything? Goes for Claw Assault. Not enough damage. He will be able to attack in 1 second. Sleep Tight lands. Super risky. 333 damage. 2-1 for the Shishi. Next up, we got Glassworks, and we got Azu's Monster, BB Hate. BB Hate has not won yet today. I know he's looking to change that. Okay. You got Phoenix, and you got the Raki. How did he do against... He beat the other Raki 2-1. Interesting. Very different set of attacks this time, though. You have 40 seconds. Make your bets. Sleep Tight, Snatch Garfield, first place overall. Yeah, it's a good move. It's very good. Okay, 18 seconds left. Get your bets in. As much as I've been loving running these tournaments, I have been looking forward to my days off because I do have like stream stuff I have to do. That's like off stream stuff. Little housekeeping things, and I have not really had a lot of time to do it. I'm trying to get all of the initial stuff for the league set up, but now it's kind of on rails, and now I'm settling into kind of a nicer, more manageable routine that isn't like 6 hours a day working on it. Because believe it or not, running a tournament with 90 plus entrants or 80 plus entrants is very, very difficult. 2 big hits back to back. Rapid Beaks is going to kill there. No grits. Glassworks wins game number 1. Okay. That was pretty quick. Both of them traded hits, and then the Rapid Beaks sealed it. They both have 87% chance to hit with their basics. Glassworks building up a little bit of guts correction on his side. This is going to do a lot. Punch misses at 75. Look how slow Phoenix's guts rate is. It's so sad. But it's incredibly overpowered, so you can't feel too bad for it. If Phoenix had its techs, its hard mode techs, and like its normal guts rate, it would be probably the best monster in the game. It has been overtuned incredibly because it didn't really have a niche. It had a niche as like a strong intelligence-based monster, but you know, it arguably has a better power build than it has an intelligence build. You can make the argument. I don't think it's like a sure thing, but it does have a very, very powerful power build. Percentages are whack, I know. A lot of missing at high percents today. If you ever wanted proof that 70%, oops. If you ever wanted percent that 70%, ever wanted proof that 70% is not a guaranteed outcome, C rank will do you wonders for understanding probability. Okay, so Cog fought BB Hate last time. Now he has to fight the other Raki. Cog and Kabloom. 2 Rakis are going to have to fight soon. When is that? What round was that be? 4 and 5. No, sorry, it's not 4 and 5. It's 4 and 7. 4 and 7 is 2 rounds from now. That'll be fun. Raki fight. I almost entered a Raki. But I didn't have a lot of faith in the build I wanted to do, because like the broken build, it's kind of hard to make it out of rank C with, because you would just be investing in kick, and that's basically it. And kick by itself isn't really enough. You have nothing to cover up weapon throw. You'd probably have to go super hard into both attacking stats. Raki is very powerful in hard mode. Okay. Raki is wacky. Wacky tobacco, the wackiest. Triple stabs doing Cog a lot of favors today. It's just a good move. It's just a good move. Weapon misses at 69, not nice. But that one hits at 69, so you know. Pretty nice. 71 on the weapon, can do a tiny bit of damage. Not enough to keep him in it, but you know, if he can wither enough with multiple hits. Oh, there's the anger. The withering's not going to matter too much anymore. Triple stabs misses at 69. What is it with that number? They know. Oh, smash hits. Still alive with the grit, and he has 99 guts. Goes for the weapon. Not going to do a lot of damage, but he uses it twice in a row. Not going to be enough. Even with 450 power, weapon is not a very powerful tech. Game 2, Cog up 1-0. Comes the shank. Ooh, big shank. Rear leg kick hits. Fury. Ooh, smash misses as well. Fury, he's got enough guts to attack. Rear leg kick is going to run down the clock. That's probably the best usage of rear leg kick I've ever seen in my life. What a smart move from Cog. Misses the triple stabs. Weapon going to help tie things up a tiny bit. The great equalizer. Goes for the shank. Oh my god, misses at 73. Unfortunate. Cog has the guts lead, and I think the life lead at the moment. Who's going to attack next? They both have enough. Here comes the weapon. 2 seconds left on the clock. It lands. And the smash just to say, fuck you. You thought? I'm winning. I'm gonna win. He wins 2-0. One more match in this round. And then I'm going to take a quick break and get some more water. The Hornija with you. Bonk.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
It was nice. We got Piretto. And we got Phantom Train. Piretto is one of my favorite names. I don't know, like, it doesn't mean anything. I don't know if it's supposed to be, like, pirate. And then, oh, like, EAU as water. I think that's the portmanteau they were going for. But they have not actually been, they're not very on the ball as far as getting their R's and L's correct. And on top of that, they're not great on puns otherwise. So there's a couple of names that like make perfect sense when translated to English. So if this is actually a portmanteau, then it is very well done. Those of you who don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know if you're watching the stream, but Piretto is a monster, a purebred Niton within the game itself in B rank. I find that, like, I feel like it'd be very strange for you to not know that if you're watching this stream in the year of our Lord 2021. But, you know, the backstory never hurts. Whip misses at 77. I love the purebred Niton. I love how its eyes get all googly. Obviously, the eyes do the same on every monster, but he doesn't have pupils like that on every Nighton. He's very forgettable? I don't think so. You're talking to the wrong guy. He's already been doing better than Vanilla Pirato has in 22 years. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes Pirato wins, though. You know, sometimes he beats B rank. I think it's really funny that Tarf just entered 3 monsters, I think, that all have, they're just the normal monsters, but with like different names. So he's got Pirato, he's got Lontar, and I forget who the other one is. Uh-oh, procs power, both monsters can attack. Here comes another stab, just to run down the clock. 1 second left. Not, oh, he goes for Soundwave. He makes sure he gets that KO. Better than Tyravail? That's true. Tyravail is probably the most underpowered monster. Realistically, Pirato is probably the most underpowered monster in any given league. But at least he has a lot in one stat. So with, like, yeah, he's got like 580 defense and 100 and... between 200 and like 120 in every other stat. It's very bad. Very bad monster. It's probably the best example of how useless defense is. Because his defense is so high. So high, and it barely matters. It barely matters at all. Because he has no life. So it's like, oh wow, I'm doing about 40% of the damage I normally would. Mahordi isn't too bad. I think Mahordi is like far and away the worst monster in S rank. For more or less the same reasons. He's like Zagref, except all of his stats are worse, and then the excess is dumped into defense. That's the exact same situation we saw last time. Phantom Pain got power at the end. Pirato gets him with a Soundwave, though. Pretty quick 2-0. Pure Phantom Train. Goliath, there's a lot of bad monsters in S rank, let's just say that. Goliath's pretty bad. I think Mahordi is worse, but Goliath is up there. Goliath just is weird because he doesn't do any damage, right? He's a big tank that can't really tank and also doesn't do damage. He has a ton of intelligence attacks and no intelligence. And if he withers you, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm winning now? Like, okay, you got rid of my guts, but I don't have an 18 guts rate, so, you know, I'm doing okay. 1 and 5. Come Here wins. Come Here is at 3 and 1. Both of Great Golem's monsters have been doing very well. One of them, obviously, has moved on already. The Joker, El Espanto. And this one doing very well as well. So. Okay. Cog wins over Kabloom. And Phantom Train loses to Pirato. So that's Pirato's second win. And that's a loss for the train. Okay. Never had a problem with Loveless. He's just giga doo-doo. So Loveless, I mean, doesn't have a terrible stat spread, right? Like, he's got an extremely high stat spread even compared to other monsters. And his defense actually matters. It's actually high enough that if you're trying to fight him with a power-based monster, you'll notice that you're doing less damage. But the 200 speed's not doing him any favors. Can you go to sleep now? Thanks for the stream. Hey, see you later, man. And yeah, if you just wither him, he has like no way of coming back. This is weird because he's supposed to be the ace of the major four, but his speed kills him. I don't know if he's supposed to be the ace of his specific tournament, not like the fort in general. I think he has received a honorarium of being like the best, just in terms of like what other people think. But there's like nothing dictating that's supposed to be what it is, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be back in just 1 minute. See you in a sec. Welcome back. Greatest 4 isn't the most major. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely a sort of soft progression to it. So I would agree. I would absolutely agree if you couldn't fight them in any order you wanted. The fact that you are not beholden to fight them in a specific order means, to me at least, that there isn't like a dedicated last boss. I always thought Ciara was way harder to beat. I always thought of the one with Ciara as like the most difficult one. Is that it? 1 and 4? Okay. We got the 2 hanger subbreeds going at it. Heading off to work now. Alright, see you later, man. Your monster's doing pretty well. Santana 2 and BB Hate. Battle of the numbers. I think, you know, if you're coming at it with like a completely casual perspective and you're not thinking of it in a meta sense of like, what did they expect? What did they intend? If you're not thinking of it that way, because that's where I'm coming at it from, where it's like, without any sort of set order to it, it's kind of hard to pin it on them, right? Like, of course, Drugard and Astound and Rouge is a weaker tournament than Loveless and Carmine and Zealandia. But, like, significantly weaker. But I don't know if that was intended specifically that way, because like I said, I think the Ciara one is, and the Salcato, and yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to say, but I think from like a specifically casual perspective, you could like easily make that argument. Definitely see a linear path with the big 4, especially with the Legends coming right after the Greatest 4. Yeah, I mean, it's not a thing I feel very strongly about, right? I think you can make the argument for either way. And if the devs were to ever acknowledge us and they answered that question right after answering about the Lilim kisses, the next question I would ask is about this. And whatever answer they gave us, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. What's the gazpacho thing? You can just do it to announce that you're here. It's just a funny sound effect. There's a lot of sound effects that you can trigger. There's a lot of stuff you can trigger with channel points on this channel. I try to make it fun. I try to make it so if you're betting, there's stuff to spend it on. That's interesting. What's the Lilim kiss thing? That's a long-ass story. But what it boils down to is this one guy keeps joining the community and asking if anybody has the contact info for the director of the anime, because there's one specific scene where Lilim kisses a rock, and he's like, what did he mean by this? I want to ask him what he meant by this. And it's as bizarre as it sounds. And he'll join under like different usernames and stuff. It's happened a bunch of times. But he's like, don't you think guys think it's funny? Like, I have a question. Like, what do you guys think about this? And it's like, bro, like, this is the most targeted fetish I've ever heard of in my life. This one specific scene. Like, I mean, I don't want to rag on the guy too much because, like, I feel like he's, like, not to diagnose or anything, but I feel like he's probably on the spectrum or something like that, right? And so I try not to be a big asshole to people who are different. But it's so fucking funny. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he is the most neurotypical person in the world or not. It does not change the context of it being the funniest fucking thing. Anyway, BB Hate wins 2-0. I wasn't actually expecting that. I thought the Renacraft was going to take that. I'm happy I didn't bet. Don't remember. Well, me neither. I don't remember at all. Under different usernames. I mean, I'm not saying he's like an invalid, right? Like, I don't think he's not capable of thought or anything. I think he's a normal dude, or like a not so normal dude, you know. But like, he's a very capable human being, and he's just completely fucking out to lunch on this one weird fetish he's got that he is like, he's trying, you know? He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna figure out the mystery. He's on the case. In Glass Race, we got Cog. The Majorel fight in the Cora Pandora episodes. Dude, yeah, he did to me too. He's like, hey, do you play Monster Rancher? And I was like, yes. And then he deleted his DM. So my entire correspondence with him is just me saying yes. It was strange. And then, yeah, he asked other people if they had contact info. What a weird guy, man. It's so funny. I hope he finds his peace, because this shit has been tormenting him for years. It has been going on for years. Four seconds left. I'm going to start her up. But yeah, that's the Lilim Kisses thing. If anyone ever says Lilim Kisses, you know what we're talking about. Justice for Lilim Guy. We gotta figure it out. We gotta hound the producers of the original anime. So Cujo, if you're new to the stream, once a month we watch a bunch of episodes from the anime. And that would be... When are we doing that? Next Saturday, I think. Yeah, next Saturday we're gonna do it. We go through about 18 to 15 episodes. And we've been doing it for the last 2 months. Scroll through the DMs. He even has a YouTube link for the scene. Yeah, I know. Like, he knows. It's very specific. Ooh, rear leg kick hits. But yeah, I think chat's gonna blow up when we get to that scene. We haven't got there yet. Another rear leg kick to win it. So yeah, so it's not this Saturday, but it's next Saturday. I'll make a poster and stuff for it, as I did the last 2 times. Missed the first anime stream. Gonna have to get caught up at some point. It's so funny. We've been watching it at 1.25 times speed, and it doesn't feel too quickly paced. Occasionally there will be like really quick cuts, and because some stuff was edited out for the English release. White kick, horse dog. So it's Kagat and Tadyak. That's okay. So we couldn't figure out the first 2. Thank you, Ren. Monster's doing pretty well today. Ooh, triple stabs. So would I pronounce it Kagyakabaso? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know what syllables to put the emphasis on. Hey, I got it. Okay. Okay, so he lands the talons. Kagyakabaso. Okay, cool. And the smash just bonks him on the head. Poor chicken. 2-0 for the Centaur. Pretty interesting choice going for just triple stabs, but it's been working out for him. Glassworks went to Horny Jail. We got 2 monsters in Horny Jail now. We got the Raki he did it to, and now the poor burb. And sat on Rapid Beaks for 2 whole seconds. The thing that's really frustrating if you're raising the new and improved Phoenix, because it is improved. Phoenix is fucking busted. Phoenix is definitely one of the best monsters in hard mode. Is that when it doesn't attack, it feels extra bad because that 18 guts rate is so sad. A bunch of languages have a little stop in them. So I mean, I think it's a word he made up, right? With a combination of 4 other words. Yeah, Cabasso. Okay. So it's like 2 words almost. That's how I'll pronounce it. That's a really funny name, though. I like that. Not a lot of faith in here. Income here. Oh, yeah. And it's not bad. 1.2 to 800. It's pretty solid. Sleep tight. Self-defenestrate. That is a lot of damage. 300 to start things off. Oh my god. You only choose to bet on BB hate. Wow. Man's a fan. I like worms too. In season 1 of the Monster Hunter Battle League, if you only started watching, oh my god, Pinch Throw did so much damage. If you only started watching towards the end, you may not have seen much of rank A or earlier. I actually raised a strictly intelligence-based worm that made it to rank A. He didn't make it to rank S. Named Borton. And he did pretty good. You know, he made it to rank A. It's not bad. Wasn't top 24 of the league, but I'm pretty happy considering how fucking wonky Intelligence Worm is. Pinch Throw hits. A lot of damage, 240, no crit that time. It was down 1 point K, all stream and just made it back your precious chips. It's important. Chips matter. It's the real world. Sleep Tight's going to land. That's going to be a lot of guts down. 390, he's got 9 guts left. Gets power. He will absolutely not ever gain enough guts to use an attack, though, before power runs out. Come here, on the other hand, has enough to attack right now. And that's going to be it. Power actually ran out when he hit 40. I'm surprised it lasted that long. It was very close. But yeah, that was a sad power. He might as well have procced it, you know, like, the comeback mechanic is there. It's not built for AI versus AI. Chips is the only money that matters. It's a more stable currency than crypto. So I know a lot of people made like a shit ton of money off of Bitcoin, but back in the day, back in like before it blew up, I was really broke. I was just out of college, and I was just looking for like ways to make money, right? And I wanted to get investing. Like, I wanted to get into Bitcoin, right? This was like 2011, so like long before it like took off. I think it was still like 250. It was like $250 a coin or something like that. So I mean, like about 100th of what it is now, or something. Like, I would have made a lot of money if I had invested in it. But the thing is that investing and like those shoulda, coulda, woulda situations are much like, it looks really like sad in retrospect that I didn't invest in it, right? But I was so broke that like buying like 1 Bitcoin would have been like detrimental to me if it went down. If I had lost at 250, I would have like it would have been like a really big deal. And so obviously you can't really invest if you're in that situation. And so I didn't buy anything. But I remember seeing this one tweet, and it made me feel better. And it was because back then there was a lot of mining going on. There's still mining going on, but not as much as it used to be, right? If I would have got it back then, I would have sold. Oh yeah, that's the thing too, right? I absolutely would not have waited 10 years. I would have been like, oh fuck, 4 times? Yes sir, I'll sell now. Like, yeah, there's absolutely no way I would have held on, so it is what it is. But when all the mining was happening back then, I saw this one tweet that was like, imagine you sit and idle your car, and every 25 minutes somebody comes by and gives you a nickel. Now know that that system exists, and it's called Bitcoin mining. And that's really, for most people that didn't have like massive setups, that's what it was. You were losing a shit ton of money to mine fractions of coins. Mining isn't so big. My area coal mining shut down for a really long time. Oh man, they couldn't find any coins in it. You're getting 30 per day. Wow. Yeah, by the time that I heard about it, I think what was I doing? I wasn't doing Bitcoin, but there was something else I was doing. There were other cryptos at the time that didn't work on the same system, but I was looking it up, and to just run my computer at max capacity and solve Sudokus, you could trade for heroin. That was the other thing, is that people weren't accepting it as anything, right? So if you made a shit ton of money on Bitcoin, you had to sell it to someone else who wanted Bitcoin. Like, there was you couldn't trade it as a commodity at that point. That was the thing that really scared me off, is that, like, if it goes up, people aren't going to want it, right? It's going to be too expensive. And so the whole get rich quick idea didn't really appeal to that. Travesty because of all the perfectly good GPUs ruined. Yeah, exactly. Pirito misses. Pirito's gonna land an attack. Who won game 1? Is it 1-1 or is it 2-0 for Kabloom? I'll check. I'll consult the VOD. Don't worry. Don't worry your pretty little heads. It's 1-1. I think it's 1-1. Yeah, okay. It's just I couldn't, because I know Pirito got power. And I was like, what happened with that? Game 3, here we go. Yeah, he won with the shock, that's right. The whip smacks him in the side of the head. Yeah, the grit comeback, yes. That is correct. Goes for the stab. He misses. I like how small his eyes get after the attack. It's like they're contracting. Like, uh-oh. What do you think would happen to Pirito if you poured salt on him? Ooh. I honestly love the animation on Niton when he gets knocked down and the shell just like goes ballistic and it just does not stop bouncing. Ooh, big electrify. He's got anger now though. Here comes a weapon. It's gonna be a lot of withering. Knocks him on his ass. Procs power though. Uh-oh. Here comes Shank at 85. Hit or no hit. It takes so long to happen that he's gonna run down the clock. Pirito stepped aside Superman with a gun. Superman with a gun is my new favorite monster. Okay, so Kabloom wins that one. Let's update bracket once again. Isn't it based off of more salt outside the body? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if... I guess nautiluses are like... They're seawater creatures, right? So they're not afraid of salt. I don't know. I'm not a marine biologist. I don't know anything about biology. Homeostasis. Use to solid. Makes sense, yeah. Okay, so that's BB Hate with its first win over Santana. Not so smooth. But man, is it ever a hot one today. I am fucking dying in this room. I want to turn on the fan, and, you know, I have the noise cancellation with my, my microphone, but the thing is that it doesn't cancel that much. Like, or sorry, it cancels everything, but if it has to, like, work really hard, it will start clipping a little bit because the CPU and GPU usage will go through the roof. So I have a massive industrial size fan and I can turn it on and you guys won't hear it, but my voice may start roboting eventually. And we'll try to avoid that for as long as we can. 5 and 8. Come here. Beats the train. The pain train. And we got Kabloom with a win over Pirito. The podcast was just talking about how terrifying it would be for Superman just running at normal speeds chasing you, just slowly calculating how fast it needs to be. Because he can do whatever he wants, right? That's like every horror movie. Run a fan on your foot if you're streaming. Sucks when it's hot. Yeah, it is warm today. My fan is like legit, like... I can't even mime how big it is. It's a big industrial fan. Blame the robot voice on the fan, not the fact that I'm the Terminator. Okay, so who do we got? Moving on to the finals. Right now, Cog is doing really well. He's at 4-1. Come here is at 4-1. Kabloom is at 3-2. Glassworks is at 3-2. And then we've got Santana at 2-3. And BB Hate. Pirto is also at 2-3. And then BB Hate and Phantom Train at 1-4. Is anyone mathematically eliminated yet? I don't think so. I think BB Hate and Phantom Train have a very low chance of making it in, because even with 2 more wins, it will be based on a very lucky turn of events for them, with other monsters fighting and specific wins, specific losses. So they're not mathematically out yet, but I don't think things look very good for them. Santana, yeah, so I don't think anyone's eliminated yet. Okay, so next up we got Santana. And Kagyaka Basso. That name that I now know how to pronounce. Okay, let me get prediction live. Womp womp womp. I'm so tempted to turn the fan on. I know my voice robots occasionally anyway. Like, it will just break up every now and then. And that kind of sucks, but you know, it's better than hearing all the background noise, the TV that's playing downstairs, and when my wife is sewing, you don't want to hear that either, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to turn it on. You guys let me know if I get really robotic, and if I do, then I'll just turn it back off. But here we go. Fan time. It's not plugged in. It's not plugged in, and it's too difficult to get to the outlet. So we're going to deal with that. So, great that I'm wearing a black shirt, because I will absolutely be sweating through it by the end of the stream. Got about an hour to go. Light bullet hits. Ooh. A lot of withering there. Big smash coming out too. Light bullet lands again. So much withering. Not a lot of damage, but a lot of withering. Ooh, the sting. The big stabby. Hits him with the big stabby. Big smash. Cranks him right on the forehead. Misses that one, though. Santana, too. Oh, gets him with the crunch. The cheesy gordita crunch. Triple stabs. Oh, right in the eyeball. Oh, my God. I don't know. There's enough Visine on the planet to save you from that. Punch can do a little bit of damage. Pushes him back. I don't know. Crit sting, maybe? Maybe? No, he's going to get stabbed right in the eyeball again. There's a grit, but Kagyaka Basso, there you go, wins it anyway. I'm going to feel very proud of myself every time I actually say it, because those are sounds that you don't make in the English language. They are consonant combinations that are very uncommon. Why would he use Sting? Good question. No reason. No reason to use your main attacking stat. There's a Sting. 68 damage. Sting is not like a game-winning move most of the time, unfortunately. Triple Sting is great, but Sting itself is a little bit underpowered. Or not underpowered. I wouldn't say underpowered, but it's just hard to rely on it as your main damage output. He's used it a couple of times in the tournament, but not very often. Rear leg kick misses. Santana's got a chance here. Almost in Sting range, goes closer, gets hit in the eyeball. Not enough to get the KO. Gets power, 1 second left. Sting, power Sting, gonna do 211 damage. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. Oh my god, what a win. What a steal for Santana. Actual perfect storm. Santana, that was some shit. Claw Assault. A little bit of damage to start things off. Yeah, that was stolen. That was absolutely stolen. Oh, another triple stab right in his eyeball. Struggling a little bit. Oh no, more power. If you're a Kagakabaso fan, this is bad. He's got Fury though. Oh my god. And power runs out. Rear leg kick in Fury. He misses it. Wow, that would have definitely killed. Claw Assault can do a little bit of damage. Santana can still attack though. Punch won't kill here. Sting may. It's enough and no grit. Santana wins 2-1. The 2 power Stings winning him the day. That was wild. Next up, we got... That's the same face I would make if that was my monster rant. That's very heartbreaking. We have Glassworks, and we have Phantom Train. We got the Train and the Burb. Who do you like? Do you like Big Chicken? Do you like Train Boy? Those are your options here. These builds are very similar. I'm trying to think. If he had... Is Phantom Train actually maxed out? So he had 1 more point in life. 1 less point in life. 1 more point in skill would get him to 300. And then 1 less point in speed would get him to 350. So yeah, he's still off by 1 point, I think. Unless I'm reading something wrong, but I don't think I am. Does Phantom Train only have 27 composite? He may. Pierce Throw misses. Oh, Talon's doing a lot of damage there. The Rapid Beaks. Get out of my face, Train. Drops of Jupiter was a terrible song. Tell me, did you sail across the sun? I fucking hated that song, and it was on constantly. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. That song reminds me so much of being like 11 years old, 12 years old, and being on like being on summer vacation and just hearing it like 6 times a day on the radio while I was out at my camp or something. Or even just like playing in the yard. My mom would like blast the radio. That's how old I am. I was like 11 or 12 when that song came out. Pierce throw hits. Big damage. May have been a tiny bit younger. What year did Drops of Jupiter come out? I gotta look this up now. Drops of Jupiter came out in 2001, so I would have been 10. 11 or 10, depending on when it came out. Glass Works. It's game 1. Was that game 1 or game 2? That was game 2. Bird won both, right? That's what I thought. He got the bite in. He got the double bite in just to show. We're gonna give up though. Train is like the safest, most unoffensive band of all time. Can you blow my whistle, baby? Piss you off because the radio... Oh yeah, that one was on. That was a little bit later. I don't think I was listening to the radio that much at that time. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum. It's catchy. You like Train? You're allowed to like it. You know, I'm not here to be music Nazi. But I hate that fucking song. When I was younger, I used to be a huge music snob, and I was part of like music forums and stuff like that. And I'm a very introspective guy, you know? Like, I spend a lot of time thinking about why I think things or why I like behave the way I do. I try my best to like always be better than I used to be, you know? Like, I'm a much better person than I was 5 years ago, and the person I was 5 years ago is a much better person than they were 5 years ago, and so on and so forth. But when I was a teenager, music was like my big thing. It was like the thing I knew about. Like, I knew so much about music and bands and stuff like that. And so it was like my forte, you know? And when other people would like get into stuff on like a pedestrian level, I'd be so fucking offended. I'd be like, oh, as if, like, that's gross. As if you listen to that, like, what the fuck are you doing? Because it was like the one thing I had some sense of superiority in, you know? Like, I knew everything. And I was just like insufferable. I must have been like the biggest asshole as a teenager. And then I joined music forums, and they promote that culture. They're like, if you're gonna be that asshole, I'm gonna reward you for it. I'm gonna be your friend if you're a big asshole. And so, you know, it was negative reinforcement. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get into this. And once I was in my 20s, I was like, this is kind of stupid. Like, I don't like acting like this. And now that I'm 30, I absolutely do not give a single fuck about what anybody listens to. And I think if you're enjoying stuff, then that is great for you. And I'm happy for you. Anyway, we got a Iraqi fight. Made him angry. This is the real two brothers. We saw the BB Hate and his half-brother, his stepbrother Santana too. But these are the two biological brothers, BB Hate and Kabloom. All these weapon throws. Neither of them want to use it. Ooh, steps to him. Oh my god, they're both angry. Who's got it? Here comes the shank. 97% chance. Going to do a lot of damage. Not enough to kill. BB Hate has a huge guts lead. Spin Slash is going to do a lot of damage here if it lands. What's he going to do? Goes for it, but it misses. Uh-oh. What's he got? They both got 50. He goes for weapon. It's not going to do enough damage on hit. Not nearly enough. Kabloom wins game 1. Crack Baby Fight Club. Oh my god. Harlequin Baby Fight Club. That's what we're looking at. Dude, the metal community is just bad at getting along with every other genre. Dude, metalheads are the fucking worst people. Like, I don't mean that way. Like, most of my... You know, just like the Less Than Jake song, all my best friends are metalheads. But, and I do think it's strange that there's a way at how you act and how you think. But, like, the elitist metal community is, like, the saddest shit. Because they're the fucking ugliest group of people. the most unwashed, needy, and I don't mean needy as in like needing things, but needy as in N-E-E-T, not educated, employed, or trained. Neat-y. Just like the worst fucking humans alive. They're gross, and they are so, like, they have the same superiority complex I did when I was 18, because they know about a thing, and you don't. Except they're fucking grown men, and it's so pathetic. It's honestly the saddest shit in the world. There is nobody more detestable than some fucking pimply 30-year-old metalhead who does not want you to listen to whatever band because it's a girlfriend band. You don't want to listen to Converge because that's a girlfriend band. Fuck metalhead elitism, man. Womp womp. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to close that out. We got one more match. I should probably re-enter them because that's 1-1. I was like that too before. About real emo? Yeah, I know it's 1-1, don't worry. But I gotta reset it because they have the wrong attacks. The wrong attack loadouts. Or BB Hate does at least. Give up. Yes. Murder doll superiority. The murder dolls? Dude, have you, do you listen to Murder Dolls at all? Or are you talking about these two guys? Because that's a funny segue if that's not what you meant. I have a CD that the lead singer of the Murder Dolls put out. His name is Wednesday 13, and it is like so funny because it's like if Marilyn Manson made a pop punk album. It's so funny. I bought it and I was like, this is great. I love how stupid this is. Okay. Yeah, so I was super elitist about punk and emo and stuff like that, and like stuff not being true emo or whatever. But you know, as a functioning adult, that stuff doesn't matter in the real world. It doesn't matter online either. But you know, I should have left it the way it was. I should have. It was a good start, but I said before I got into it that I was gonna end it. So no matter the outcome, I was always gonna change it. So it's not like you were cheated. I know he landed the Twister Slash, but he can still win this. He's down a little bit. Or a Spin Slash, sorry. Becomes a weapon, a little bit of damage there, -4 guts. Both monsters can attack. Weapon lands for a little bit. Oh no. Is he going to do multiple weapons? Multiple consecutive weapons. 3 in a row. Oh no. Kabloom is going to win that one. So it's 2-1. Unfortunate, especially given that I had to re-enter them, but I'm sorry, Viverbuns, it happens. Last match of round 6, we got Come Here. And we got Purito. Come here. Good thing you forgot to bet. Like certain patterns in music, a little bit of synesthesia. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't have any sort of sensory accompaniment for music like that. Like I don't have synesthesia or anything like that. I'm a big fan of just like generic pop melodies. Like in any given like game soundtrack, the like cheesiest one is probably the one I actually enjoy the most. But like maybe I appreciate something else on it on like a more technical level. Like I've done a lot of music and like I used to do audio production before I moved into like live events. But it's so funny. Like I keep playing the Mega Man 11 soundtrack and the Rubber Man stage sound is my favorite, and it's so like goofy and jaunty, but like, or this with the welcome to IMA music is my favorite music in this. I just like the pop stuff. Like, you have a 5 or 6 note melody that's like cute. Eat that shit up. Orchestral majors are the worst. I read that you said that earlier, but I didn't comment on it. Yeah, I don't actually know a lot of people who are like super into classical, but I can imagine there's a lot of pretension there. Ooh, charge hit. That's a big crit. Pirito's running away with this though. Soundwave will probably end it here. Bounce Man. Oh yeah, it's Bounce Man, not Rubber Man. Rubber Man, what the fuck? Is it Rubber Man in Japanese? Why am I saying that? No, it's Bounce Man in both. I'm just dumb. I'm just big dumb. Bounce Man is a better name anyway. I almost finished that game, but you went lazy. It's fun. I like Mega Man 11. But then in like Guilty Gear, my favorite songs are, what do you call them? Bridget's and Maze themes, which are definitely like the most pop-centric. I like the other ones too. Like I listen to a lot of metal and shit, and so just having like random power metal or like neoclassical shit like you have in the Guilty Gear soundtrack is a lot of fun too. But I like the pop stuff. The stab KO? Are you kidding me? But he grits. He's like, nah. I'm not out of it yet. Sleep tight? I'm not out of it yet, kid. Don't count me out. That is a big amount of damage. Big ass crit doing 619. I believe that is the most we have seen so far. We were talking the other day about how like 500 and something was like, that'll never be beaten. And then we beat it like 2 days later. The 619. Yeah, exactly. Give him the Rey Mysterio. He did. I'm not dead yet. Oh my god. Only in Monster Rancher and WWE. Kirito is Eddie Guerrero, and they're fighting for custody of their kid. 180 damage to himself. Yikes. Electrify. Almost enough to kill him. Make him see hell, yes. Yes, Pirito only needs one more hit. 11. Electrify, not 11. 11trify. Gets it. Pirito wins that one. 2-1. Eddie won the kids. It happens. You know? Imagine the world we would have lived in. Empire is done. You can have it all. My empire is done. Okay, I need to put more X's and O's in. Setting up the pool in this is like the world's worst game of Connect 4. Damn. Oh, lost your monies. 1 in 3. Santana moves on. I say moves on, but I just mean 1. He just won. I don't know yet. 2 and 8. Burb wins. Glassworks is doing pretty good. It's hard to make a bad Phoenix build. You would have to go like mixed attacker, not invest too much into offense. Basically do all of the stuff that you know isn't going to work. 4 and 7. Okay, so BB-8 did not have the best showing, but I think he'll do fine. The only problem is that when you rely on something like Twister Slash for damage output, you're going to have tournaments like this, right? Where it didn't go your way this time, but it might go your way next time. It's almost the exact same situation as with like Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, I think, has the potential to 7-0 any tournament he's in very easily. But he also has the potential to maybe not win a single game. And that's just kind of a thing that I knew was going to happen when I built him, and I've accepted it as an inevitability. Okay, so after 6 rounds, we got 1 more to go. Let's take a look at our standings. To be fair, I never raised Raki before, so I kind of didn't know. There's a lot of moves there, man. I feel you. And Spin Slash looks fine, right? Like, it's not a bad move. It's just, it is a little bit risky to, like, bet the farm on. But it's a good, like, you know, when it hits, and it's pretty powerful. And like I said, I was a little bit hesitant on making a Raki because if I was going to do, like, the broken build is, like, Twister Kick and Curse Dance. And getting just the kicks would be really rough. I don't think that would be enough damage output to make it out of rank C. Might, but it's I don't know. I think it would be tough. Literally have zero knowledge of Raki even in vanilla. He's pretty good in vanilla. He's just broken in hard mode. Okay, but yes, we have, who's in first place right now? We have a 4-way tie for first right now. Wow, we got Kabloom, Glassworks, Kagyakabaso, and Come Here all tied at 4 and 2. Pirito right behind them, as is Santana 2 at 3 and 3. And then BB Hate and Phantom Train at 1 and 5 in the back. They will not be able to make it. But even though we have a 4-way tie for first, I don't think it's guaranteed. Because, yeah, if Kabloom beats Come Here, they'll be tied. And if Pirito beats BB Hate, he'll tie some other ones as well. Santana, if it beats Glassworks, will be tied with Glassworks. So there's a lot going on here still. Doing Pebbly at some point because it doesn't start with weapon throw. So yeah, that's probably good for rank C, but a lot of Raki's strength lies in its more expensive techs. Like, what makes Raki broken is Twister Kick and Curse Dance and all that other fun stuff. And without it, he kind of struggles. And without Fire Breath, he struggles. And you can't learn Fire Breath as Pebbly. I don't know what you would do with Pebbly. I think him not having weapon throw is great, though. Like, it gives you a reason to use him. But I don't know if it's enough, you know? Because what, it's 18 plus 6? Let me do the math real quick. It was plus 18 divided by 5. So it's 10.8. So I don't know if that rounds up or not. So it's either 10 or 11 for its guts rate. Which is, like, not awful, but it's something that you have to worry about. Okay, you got 14 seconds left. Also, another big thing with Raki is that its really expensive techs are good because you could run a very competent defense build on him, meaning that Anger has no downsides. And you need Anger if you're going to run Curse Dance. Anger Curse Dance is fucking terrifying. It does so much withering. It's so accurate. It does a decent amount of damage. Like, you're basically guaranteed a hit with it every time. And you're not, because that's not how it works, but like, it is far and away, it's plus 40. It's far and away the most accurate tech in the game. So against another 6 guts rate monster with a Raki, you would have 90% chance to hit. Obviously that comes down a little bit depending on who you gotta fight, but that's wild. And it does just enough withering, just enough damage to be worth it in Anger. It's so scary, it's so hard to fight. Santana doing these power techs. Who gets hit with the talons, all of a sudden that lead is gone. Glassworks has so much guts. Man, JP beating up his girlfriend. Someone call the cops. Go Santana, he says. Want her to win? I'd say that too, JP. I would say that too. Punch him right in the nose. And again. The beak, though. Oh, the beak misses. Did not nice that beak. Santana, too. Decent lead right now. They both have the same amount of guts, but that means a lot more for Glassworks than it does for Santana, too. Sting. Doing a little bit of damage, a little bit of withering. Hits him with another punch. No withering on Arrowhead's basic techs. Beak lands. 216 damage on the crit. If he can land another light bullet, this is probably over. He needs to land something, though. Oh, no. The Talons comes in, misses at 93. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Sting lands. With the KO, gets the grit. We got a game 3. What did I think of that Pecora streamer with her 700 power, no accuracy Arrowhead? I think she is a variety streamer who plays casually, and it doesn't make sense for me to really comment on it in any sort of sense, because, like, you know, it's like watching a kid play the game for the first time, you know? Got grit. It's not dead yet, you know? It's coming back to life. Another light bullet. Oh my god, that is so much withering. That's so hard for Phoenix to come back from. Punch misses. Another light bullet here would be brutal. Sting would be pretty solid too. Goes for the punch, which is not what he wants, because Beak is going to out-damage what he's done so far. And he's got one guts away before he can attack again. Another light bullet. Oh, that's big, though. If he can land one more withering tech, Glassworks will not get a chance to attack. Santana doesn't have a very fast guts rate either, but he does have enough to go for something. Light bullet or Sting. Both monsters can attack. Who's going to attack? Nobody's going to attack. Here comes the Beak. You know, you got moves in every slot. You don't want to do anything. You don't deserve the win, Santana. You're not trying hard enough. No ice cream for you. Losers don't get ice cream. That's not true. You get ice cream after the game, regardless. He'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. JP just ruined Chaos's chances of making it into top 4. What an asshole. But yeah, I remember I had a roommate at one point who was like very vehement on losers don't get ice cream, like that mentality. He was talking about how, like, if his baseball team did badly, they wouldn't get ice cream ever, like after the game. And at first I was like, yeah, I get it. But also I was thinking, like, we always went to get ice cream. Why wouldn't you? Ice cream's fucking great. Like, who cares? It's Little League. Not even Little League. It's whatever below Little League is. Got Cog. You got Phantom Train. So happens when you play chess in a boxing match. Knight to F4 and Beak to left eye. Wow. Couldn't have said it any better myself. He was waiting. He doesn't have left eyes, though. He only has one eye. I guess it's technically his left and right eye. Chess boxing is a real thing. I don't know what that is. How does that work? Is it like in Mortal Kombat where your chess pieces are people and they gotta fight? Because I would watch that. You just had a board full of like people who have to like beat each other up. Also, that's kind of like a deep reference. I don't know if you guys played. I think it was Armageddon, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, but there was like a chess combat, and you literally picked all the characters you wanted for each piece. And then as you took a piece, you would have to attack them, and the attacker had an advantage in life. And if the loser won, you could like take their piece and then still lose. And then your piece would disappear. It was really funny. Ton of rounds in alternating chess games with boxing rounds. That's bizarre. Rear leg kick hits. Phantom Train got one suplex. Can he get another? Ooh, big stabby damages. Both of them not sitting too pretty. Both right out of power range. Kaguya has anger, does not have power, so he can't get power. But Phantom Train can, and he's right on the cusp of it, where he can't proc it, but his opponent can KO him. There's the rear leg kick that lands. Oh, not enough to kill, but doesn't proc power anyway. And the triple stabs. Vasilius wins game 1. Pinch throw. Goes for the pinch throw. That one misses. The rear leg kick comes out. That misses as well. What do we got? What do we got? Another rear leg kick. That's the first hit. 39 seconds left on the clock. 20 seconds gone. Goes for another rear leg kick at 75. Do a little bit of damage. A lot of withering. 50-50 on pinch throw. Lands, though. Ooh, 247 damage. Cog has a 40 guts lead. What's he going to do with it? He's going to smash him in the head. Give him a big old bonk. Oh, that one misses at 68. Uh-oh. Bite. Bite lands. It's not enough to KO. Both monsters able to attack. Triple stabs misses at 78. Crazy. He goes for the pinch throw. Misses, but does not matter. Phantom Train wins game number 2. Game 3. Here we go. Phantom Train can't advance, but, you know, points are points. Who doesn't want points? Rear leg kick. Doing a little bit of damage, a little bit of withering. Bite. Doing a little bit of damage. Whoa there. Whoa there. He's playing spoiler now? Yeah, he could. He could make it pretty hard for Cog to advance. He is tied with the other 4 people in first. This loss could mean big things for someone else. But he's going to go for another rear leg kick. That one lands again. And that's the KO. No grit, because it is a special mon. And Cog wins that one 2-1. We got 2 matches left before our top 4. We got Azu and BB Hate. And we got Pirito. Okay, make your predictions. Who do you like? Pirito, if it wins this, it has a chance to move on. BB Hate cannot, but, you know, he can be a big old dick. And if he beats Pirito, Pirito has no chance of advancing. And sometimes that's all you want to do. You just want to watch the world burn, you know? Sometimes that's all you want. Not always, but this time, maybe. Swear to your loyalty. Swear fealty, you know? That's how it be sometimes. That's how it BB Hate sometimes. Here we go. Electrify lands. Decent damage there. Ooh, weapon doing a little bit. Pirito kind of unfazed by it. Goes for the sound wave. 59 damage. Procs the anger. Angry boy. spin slash misses. Wow. The other Niton we've seen in the league, Chase 1, went 3 and 4 with the more traditional power build on Niton. Pirito has the chance to go 4 and 3 here. 4 and 3 if it wins. It just doesn't land. I know. He's not having much luck with it at all. Electrify lands. Oh my god. There's the KO. Pirito gets it. BB Hate has not had great luck. And never grits. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Weapon lands. 2 in a row. Doing a little bit of damage there. If he can just stay in the first slot, he's won this. He can't possibly lose. It's as soon as he backs up that there's issues. Electrify at 71. Misses that one. Here comes the whip. Give him a little bonk on the noggin. Punch would be really good here. He's got 99 guts. Just doesn't want to attack. Weapon at 98. Multiple weapons here can probably win it. I don't know if he can get the full KO, but he can get close. Pirito slowly building up his own guts, so these are going to do less and less damage over time. Oh, he procs power. Power electrify at 73. Oh no. He's not dead yet though. Both monsters can attack. Who's going to go? Soundwave at 94. Oh my god. BB Hate. There's the grit. You know, when it doesn't matter. 2-0 for Pirito. That was very unfortunate. Our last match of the regular round robin is come here. And kabloom. The multiple consecutive weapons. He was trying. He withered a lot. He did a lot of withering. And he did about 80% of his opponent's health. It just was not enough. Okay, last match. Get your bets in. We do have the top 4 after this, but this is the last of regulation. After this, I'm going to take a quick break to get the bracket set up, and then we'll be back in about a minute. Okay, 10 seconds left. Okay, here we go. Damn. More weapons. More weapons. Come here, it needs to do something a little bit more than that. Damn, the weapon is such a shitty move. The sleep type misses. Kabloom is a pretty big lead now. Goes for another weapon throw. Oh, charge lands. Another weapon, that one misses. Kabloom just keeps that lead. Lets his opponent do damage to himself. And that's all she wrote for game 1. Game 2, Kabloom 1 win away. Oh my god, the Sleep Tight misses. The almost frame 1 Sleep Tight misses immediately. A little bit of damage. Gets the Foolery. And then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going back to weapon throws. Hope your last monster does better. I mean, there's plenty of tournament left. It's a risky build. You're going to have tournaments like that. It is what it is. I think your monster has a pretty good chance to move on, though. I think the way I'm going to do it is top 72 monsters make it out of C rank. So there will be about 9... Yeah, about like just under 20 monsters. About 18 monsters left in C rank by the end of it. So you just got to be better than those 18 or 17, however many it is. And Kabloom wins 2-0. Okay, so let's finalize the round robin, see what the deal is, and then we'll move on. Okay. I need to make some more X's and O's. So let's see where our standings are finally after that. Glassworks wins. JP's a monster. Can't believe that happened. Can't believe he allowed that to happen. Cog wins. And 4 and 6. Kirito beats BB Hate. And Kabloom wins. So, final scores. Glassworks is at 5 and 2. Cog is at 5 and 2. Kabloom is at 5 and 2. All three of them are guaranteed a spot. And then we've got Come Here at 4 and 3 and Pirito at 4 and 3. Which one of those two has the better record? We'll have to count the other ones too. So we might as well start from the beginning. Glassworks, what are your wins and losses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 for Glassworks. Cog is 3 and has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that doesn't... it doesn't matter for the last one. Let's do Kabloom. Is number 7 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we're going to have Cog in first place. Cog in first place, Glassworks and Kabloom tied for second and third, so they will have to fight each other. And then for fourth place, we've got a tie between Come Here and Pirito. So let's do the counting there real quick. They're 5 and 6, I do believe. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 for Come Here. I'll always double count just to make sure. And Kabloom, and Pirito is 6 and has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they both have 10, I think. I'm going to double count now. Come Here is 5, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I gotta count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they do both have 10. So we have to do a quick tiebreaker, best of 1 between Come Here and Pirito. Let's do that right now. Imagine not having 2 monsters in B rank. Did both your monsters move up? Yeah, Come Here, and we got I'm gonna re-enter it just to be sure. Because I don't know if he's on Tongue Slap. We're not going to do a timer for this because it's going to take longer to do the timer than to do the actual fight. Oh, both Bombo and Garden Fresh. That's right, yeah. Both of them moved on. Garden Fresh, best monster in the league right now, has not lost a single game. Sleep tight. That's a great opening for Come Here. Well, I'm glad we didn't do a prediction for that. That's all it took. So our top 4 is going to be Cog versus Come Here and Glassworks versus Kabloom. I'm going to set that up. We'll be back in just a second. Welcome back to the Monster Rancher Battle League Season 2, Week 2B. Here's our top 4 today. We got Kagyakabaso in first. We got Come Here in fourth, and those two got to fight. And then we have Glassworks in second, and Kabloom, both technically tied for second, so they got to fight each other too. Let's get right into it. First set. Comes down to, do you like the horse dog or do you like the dog dog? The elephant dog. Got Cog, we got Come Here. Prediction is live. Make your bets. Make your bets. I don't think people know we're back yet. You got 30 seconds though. There we go. Got some bets coming in. What do you like? God. This 5 o'clock shadow I have is so itchy. I don't know why. Drying out my skin. Okay, here we go. Look at how tiny the horse is. Charge misses at 64%. Goes for the rear leg kick. You know how much momentum and how much force you need to like have in that rear leg kick to launch Baku. Misses the smash. Hits the smash. Wow, decent damage there. Tongue slap. Oh, that's going to do a lot. 252. Rear leg kick does a decent amount of damage, I bet. Yeah, a little bit of withering too. Come here, winning slightly. Misses the sleep tight. Not anymore. Now he's in risk of being KO'd. Dodges the smash because his life literally depends on it, but any hit here will kill. Goes for the rear leg kick. Do a lot of withering, a lot of damage there. Next match. Or round, rather, I should say. Rear leg kick hits. A little bit of damage, tiny bit of withering. Come here, has a guts lead, lands the sleep tight. No crit. So Cog is still in this with a little bit of life. He just needs to not get hit again, and he'll be fine. Oh, the kick misses at 81%. Wow. Come here, goes for the charge. Pushes him into charge range. That's going to be it. Game 3 coming up. You better probably put your laundry away. All right. Thank you for hanging in there for as long as you did. Tonight's stream is going to go a little bit longer than usual because we started a tiny bit late and then other slight technical difficulties. But yeah, you know. Tongue slap hits. 242 minus 17 guts. Smash can do a little bit. %53% on the sleep tight, misses that. Now all of a sudden Cog is back in this. He had a huge deficit until that smash going to put him in the lead. Triple stabs, is that going to be enough to kill? It is, but come here, he gets a grit, and he's in range to use an attack of his own. Goes for the charge. That one lands. Not enough to KO. He's one gut away from being able to attack. Both monsters can attack. Rear leg kick at 82. That's going to do it. Cog is going to win that one. 2-1. Move on to winners finals. Okay, next up we got Glassworks and we got Kabloom. Okay. Glassworks and Kabloom. Prediction is live. Do you like the bird? Do you like the boy? The little Pinocchio boy. The doll that has come to life and has... Is it supposed to be a scimitar? It almost looks like it's supposed to be like a club or something. I don't know. It has like the hooked blade at the tip. But it's very hard to tell what it's supposed to actually be. It's very ornamental, whatever it is. It's very ornate. Okay, 10 seconds left. Get your bets in. Because here we go. Talons lands to start things off. A little bit of damage there. Comes the shank. Gonna do a significant amount of withering if it lands, and it does. Minus 19. Glassworks has a huge guts lead and anger. So he is gonna get to 45 first. That anger was perfect. Glassworks has now built up a tiny bit of a reservoir above 50. An 18 guts rate monster with more than 50 guts will take significantly decreased damage. The hook blade's made of 2 parts, the hook and the blade. Oh. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. How are you guys doing? What game are you playing tonight, Matt? We are just now in our top 4 of today's tournament. Rapid Beaks. Gonna close that one out. Or not. 4 seconds left. Backy. Mr. Kabloom is still in it. Shank could win it. He doesn't do anything, though. Glassworks gets lucky that his opponent forgot how to play. Yes, welcome. We are playing Monster Rancher 2. This is a monster sim raising game. Very, very different from Pokemon and Digimon, even though it was always kind of compared to those two in the 90s when the game was popular. Just got a Fuchsia City 8-hour stream. Damn, nice. But yeah, so the game works kind of like a very complicated Tamagotchi, and now we do basically salty bets. It's AI-controlled monsters. These have all been entered by different people. Most of them are in the chat. And yeah, we bet channel points, and we do little tournaments, and we see who's the best. Kabloom with a little bit of a lead right now. Full team is 6 Mons. Nice. Full team and 6 backups. Oh, cool. Ooh, weapon. Not known for its damage output, but he can swing it a couple of times. Kabloom needs to close this out. Beak can do a lot of damage here. It's not enough to KO. I don't think Glassworks is going to be able to attack again, but Kabloom needs to land this just to guarantee he wins it. That's exactly what he does. So we can go into game 3. Hope Night's been going well. Yeah, it's been going well. Stream's lasting a little bit longer than usual, just due to the length of some of these matches and a little bit of technical difficulties we had at the beginning of the stream. But it's been fun. No real complaints. Ooh, Shank doing a lot of damage. Damn. Big damage on that. Glassworks still has the lead. Kabloom misses that one. Glassworks has enough guts to attack. What's he gonna do? Do anything, but he's gonna get hit with the weapon there. A little bit of damage. Another one. There is 14 seconds left. Both monsters can attack. Beak at 76. That misses. Shank, 6 seconds left. This move has a very long animation time and can KO here. So grit or no grit. Kabloom was going to win that one. Kabloom wins 2-0. Or 2-1, sorry. And that means we are on to our losers finals match. This is the last best 2 out of 3. After this, we will move on to a 3 out of 5 format. We have Come Here, and we will have Glassworks again, just on the player 2 side. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, we'll skip this real quick. A little bit of movie magic there to get back to this screen as quickly as possible. I should set up state saves. I usually do, but I haven't in the last couple of weeks. Okay, we got... I'm gonna Come Here. And we got Glassworks. Make your bets. Bet your channel points. So you can buy fun animations and stuff later. That's why I made them. They're there for you to use them. Okay. While bets are rolling in, I'm going to update my bracket a little bit. We'll take a look at it after this round. 30 seconds left on your bet. And then we're going to start her up. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Get those bets in. 1.8k to 1.8k. Crazy. 50-50. Very evenly matched. Tongue slap can do a lot of withering on hit. Minus 13. Glassworks can still attack. Talon's going to land, do a little bit of damage, a little bit of withering of its own. Baku, of course, does not have a great guts rate, but it is still better than Phoenix's. Doing just enough withering with that Talons to keep Come Here away from attacking. Oh, and the Rapid Beaks on a crit is going to take it. Glassworks wins game 1. Game 2, here we go. Come Here needs to win this one to stay alive, or else it is eliminated from the tournament. Sleep tight at 60%. It lands. Uh-oh. 293 damage, a lot of withering. Glassworks will be able to attack first. It is his turn. He's got the 47 guts, but Come Here is very close. Rapid Beaks, his best option at the moment. 190 damage. Goes for another sleep tight. Why did you go for it? Hurts himself. Oh my god. Come Here may have lost it for himself right there. Come Here, 3 guts away from attacking. Glassworks has been able to attack for a while. Goes for the beaks. Gets a big crit, and that's all she wrote. Glassworks wins 2-0. Okay, so let's take a look at our standings as we go into our best of 5 format. We got Glassworks in 3rd. Not yet eliminated. Come Here got O2'd in top 4, which is unfortunate. If you're a fan of the dog, I want to see him move on. I like the build. And then, yeah, we've got our winners match still between Cog and Kabloom. So let's get right back into that. Prediction for Cog and Kabloom is live. You know who they are. You know what they look like. You've seen their stats. You bet 1,000 against your own bird. Ye of little faith. You could have had it all. You could have had my Empire of Dirt. You got 30 seconds left. Get your bets in. Everybody betting on Cog. Cog has done pretty well today, but remember, it was a 4-way tie for first until the last round. Been pretty dominant, but all the other monsters up there have been doing just as good. Kabloom only getting sneak combo is kind of interesting. I'm really surprised he did not go for something to cover up slot 3. But it's working for him. Okay, predictions good. Let's go. This is best 3 out of 5. Triple Sabs to start things off. 215 damage. Oh my god. Kabloom gets the anger. Angry Shank is going to do a lot of withering if it lands, and it does. Minus 33 guts, so it is still Kabloom's turn, but he procs anger on his opponent. That's just going to make him easier to get hit. So it will get him back in the game a little bit sooner. So they're back on even playing field. Triple Stabs misses this time. Kabloom has a huge guts lead here, and he goes for Shank. Perfect situation for him. That one lands. 219 damage, and there's the grit. So Cog's not out of it yet. He's got 1 life. Next hit will kill him, but he has a second chance to win this. Shank again at 69. That one lands as well. Kabloom wins game 1. He's a spooky boy. I love how his pants are the pot, you know? It's like he's wearing like a bejeweled diaper. Rear leg kick at 68 lands, boots him right in the face. His head hops off. The Shank misses finally. 70%. Triple stabs lands again, 74% for that. 290, it's time for Kabloom to grit. The thing is, Kabloom doesn't have a lot of damage output, right? Shank needs to crit to do significant damage. Triple stabs misses with anger. Don't triple stab back in anger. That's what they say. Rear leg kick misses as well. Kabloom is still in this, but I don't know where he's going to get the damage output. Crit shank, probably not enough. Weapon throw misses. He does have enough guts to attack, but he's going to have to do something. Shank on the buzzer lands. How much damage are we looking at? Not nearly enough. 115. Even on a crit, would not have done it. Cog wins game number 2. Game 3, here we go. Weapon. A little bit of weapon damage. Smash misses. Smash hits that time. Ooh, the triple stabs misses. Kabloom has a 70 guts lead. Wild. Is he just going to swing on weapon over and over again? Probably better damage output than going for shank. Oh, misses that one. Also, less of a big deal if it misses any single attack. Weapon throw misses. Shank. Got hella unlucky in finals. I don't remember how the set went with like what missed and what didn't. $45. Rear leg kick at 68. That's going to hit. It's not enough to kill, I don't think. Oh, it is just barely enough. Cog up 2-1. Cog on match point. Missed more 70s than he hit. 70 is pretty close to 50, so. But yeah, that still sucks. Weapon throw lands. Immediately into the shank, that lands as well, but Cog has such a big guts lead. 50 guts lead, goes for your rear leg kick, probably do about 80 damage. 92, ooh, even more than I thought, and I thought I was being a little bit liberal with that estimate. Triple stabs lands. Anger, it's angry boy. Goes for the shank. The angry shank misses the angry shank. You need to be calm when you're shanking. Ooh, 95. Cog wins that one 3-1. So, we have the run back. We got Kabloom and we got Glassworks. Let me get the prediction going. Bloom and Glassworks. Prediction is live. Make your bets. Golden Quill, how are you doing today, brother? The Illuminaton is watching. Always watching. Okay, you got 30 seconds left on your bets. People like the bird. They don't like Kabloom that much. $5.09 to 90. Okay, still a little bit one-sided, but we're seeing some action on both sides. Okay, 10 seconds left. Get your bets in. Okay. Illuminaton gonna be your next monster. It's a good name. Patent pending. Weapon throw misses. Oh, big stab. Big old shank. Minus 20 guts. Glassworks has enough guts to attack though, so it doesn't matter that much. 161 damage. Bigger damage output for 10 guts than his opponent can do for 40. Very spooky. Oh my god. Good for Glassworks that he dodged that second one, because it would have probably been over at that point. Another 15 guts down. I don't know what he would have done. It would have been so hard for him to crawl out of that hole. Talon's lands, going to do a little bit of damage. Decent amount of withering because of the anger. Glassworks wins game number 1. Okay, game 2. Here we go. Misses the weapon throw. Beak. Big old beak. 143 damage. He has the anger, though. He can do something big. Goes for the weapon. Minus 13 guts. Hits it again. Another 15 guts down. Oh, he gets Fury. I don't know how much it matters. Weapon throw going to do some withering as well. He's getting close, but he did not get to 45. So Kabloom still losing at the moment. Ooh, dodges that weapon. Beak at 71. That lands. 131 damage, minus 2 guts. Kabloom's got a chance here. He needs to do some big withering and big damage. Weapon throw not going to be both of those. Solid withering, but not solid damage. Weapon doing a decent amount too. He needs a crit shank or something, though. Nah, he's not going to be able to win this. He needs crit weapon. Gets hit with the beak. Glassworks wins game number 2. Okay. So Glassworks up 2-0. Needs one more win. Kabloom needs 3 wins to advance. Procs Anger immediately. That's extremely bad for Kabloom. That's going to do no damage. Phoenix with 75 guts. We can just watch him, like, do multiple Talons or multiple Rapid Beaks here, and it's over. This is so scary. It's going to do a lot of damage. 312 damage with a basic tech that costs 13, sorry. Then he hits the second one, and no grit, so Glassworks is going to win that one. Pretty clean. Okay. Now we have our grand finals. We got the run back, we got Cog, and we got Glassworks. Glassworks definitely has what it takes to win, but will be fighting from losers. So remember that if you vote on Glassworks, you're voting on it to win 2 sets in a row, as this is now grand finals. Prediction is live. So congratulations to Ran and JP. Your monsters will be moving on to B rank. But who's going to get that coveted first place and who's going to get second? Unfortunate day for Great Golem and Abeth, but I'm sure those monsters will move on eventually. Abeth raised the backy. $15 seconds left. 1.8k to 510. Wow. A little bit one-sided. Not crazy, though. Okay, here we go. Always bet dog. It's true. It's what they say. Always bet dog. ABD. Beaks. Gets the beak. 79%. Ooh. Betting on Nashville hot chicken. Hell yeah. I got Nashville hot from this one place in my town. In Toronto. The city I live in. It's a big city. But it was so fucking hot, and I ordered, like, they had like a bunch of different temperatures for it, right? And I can handle spicy food, and I'm not like I can handle spicy food, but like I'm actually like really good with spicy food. And I ordered like a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, and I was fucking dying. I could not handle how hot it was. And so I'm like thinking, like, who fucking orders a 10? Like, it's got to be like a gimmick, right? Like, at that, like, nobody's eating that. Cog wins game 1. rear leg kick hits. Toronto's a pretty big town. 5 million people. Beak lands. Ooh, 152 damage. Rear leg kick misses at 80. Unfortunate. The little bit of withering rear leg kick does makes up for how incredibly long the animation is. It's a 5-second animation. I think it's the longest basic tech animation in the entire game. You need to use more than just rear leg kick, though. Glassworks can still attack. Here comes the Talons. That lands. I don't think we had any speed-based monsters today. Did we have any? Everybody ran defense. Or life, rather. Cog is like the closest. Him and the Backy. Backy had like 200 speed. But nobody like invested heavily into it. Ooh, that is big on the triple stabs. Here comes the rapid beaks. This can do a lot. 233. Cog's got a good shot at this. Goes for the smash. Not going to do enough to kill. Glassworks will get one more shot. What's he going to do? Nothing. He's going to run away. Goes for another rapid beaks. That'll do it. No grit. 1-all. Going into game number 3. Smash misses at 71. I love when Centaur misses and he does a little hop backwards. I guess he does it when he hits as well. Just a little hop. Ooh, the beak. The big damage on the beak. He goes for it again. A lot of damage there. He can do it a third time if he wants. There's the anger. Angry triple stabs. Ooh. Minus 22 guts. Wow. A little bit early to be calling for a reset. There's the grit. It's 1-all. He's got to win too. Ooh. So, Glassworks is going to win that one on the grit tie. Thought it was 2-1. Let me count. What happened to my stream? Let me count. We'll figure it out. It is 3-1. We'll count. It is 3-1. We'll count. Okay. Could have sworn it was 1-all. Okay, so yeah, we'll just check it real quick just to make sure. I believe you guys, but I mean, it is grand finals, so it matters. Matters more than some of the others do, where I can just go on intuition, you know? Of course, every tournament matters. I don't want to get the score wrong for anything, but especially when there's a grand finals reset on the line. Okay, so did Glassworks win the first game? No, he did not. So, Cog won the first game. Glassworks won the second game. Glassworks won the third game, and he won. Okay, so he won the fourth on the tie. That's right. Okay. So that's where we're at. It is 3-1. One of those games went by so quickly that I didn't even register for me. Anyway. Glassworks gets the bracket reset. Here we go. Not over yet. Another rear leg kick to start things off. Angry boy. Triple stabs and misses. What's he got? Another rear leg kick. That one lands. Triple stabs lands again. Big damage there, but Glassworks has enough guts to attack, and Cog is quite a ways away from being able to attack again on his own. Decent damage there. If he gets angry, it could be pretty good for him, but he doesn't get it. Glassworks can hit 45 slightly before his opponent. They've both got it now, though. Who's going to go first? Beak at 75 lands. It's enough. And that takes game number 1 of the bracket reset. Glassworks up 1-0. Beak lands again. 128 damage, minus 7 guts. Triple stabs misses at 84. The bird is very lucky. It did not get skewered there. Put on a rotisserie. Goes for another beak that lands. I don't think Glassworks has missed an entire attack. A single attack in the entire set. So all that complaining paid off. He was listening. Oh, as I say that, there's the rapid beaks miss. Smash hits. Smash misses again. So Cog's missed 3 attacks alone in this game. Beak lands again. Not enough to kill. Cog's got a shot here. He's got to go for something that's not a rear leg kick, though. That's such a long animation, doesn't do enough damage. Glassworks wins game number 2. He's on tournament point. Cog needs 3 straight if he wants to win this. Goes rear leg kick. It misses at 78. Glassworks is literally dodging like 60%, if not better, of these techs. He's literally missed 1 this entire set. Triple stabs lands. How much damage are we looking at? 152 minus 14 guts. Glassworks gets anger. Very, very good for it. Pushes him back. Beak at 78. That one misses. Wow, good game alert. How was your stream? Did you end up beating Morales? Streamer doesn't pronounce. It's Alatrion, bro. Dude, do you see that drop I got? That drop is so fucking wild. 2 plates and an orb. That shit's wild. This is grand finals of this tournament. The chicken may win the whole thing. Triple stabs at the last second. It's not over yet. It was almost over, but it's not over yet. Did you actually always say Alatreon? Because nobody said Alatreon. Nobody I knew say Alatreon. I was like everybody else when they said it live, and I was just like gobsmacked. I was like, what? That's how it's said? Damn. Whole life is a lie. It's okay, because the fight sucks anyway, so. What do you mean everyone? I was browsing. You were browsing GameFAQs? No, I meant like other people I played with. To be fair, if one, I assume if like one of the people you know says something, you're all gonna say it the same way. But anyway, while we're talking about an unrelated, inferior game, we now have a game 5. I say Legiacris. It's weird though, because Legiacris has a couple of weapons that are like the Legio weapons, right? So it kind of it's weird because the way they like chop up the syllables for the gear. Legiacris. I mean that's very similar to the way I say it. I don't say like Legiacris or something, anything like that. Oh. Another Beaks. Does he get the grit? He doesn't get the grit. The chicken wins. Who winning is this attorney? Chicken wins the whole thing. This was grand finals. It was actually grand finals reset. He wins it. We didn't talk about it at all, but, you know, chicken wins. Chicken wins. Rematch? No. We're going to play the Song of My People as we adjust bracket. Kyle, you're here just for the very end. You tuned in for the last couple of games. Congratulations, JP. Your monster did really well. It's a Phoenix in rank C. Makes sense, though. Okay, but yeah, look at that. He wins from losers. It's been fun. Gotta head to bed, brother. Me too. I have been so tired for like the last hour and a half of this stream. Fuck, man. Oh, I'm so happy to go to bed. Can't wait for the mixed chicken to be ranked. Mixed chicken? You're not gonna go full power? That's interesting. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for another one of these tournaments. Light meat and dark meat. Using all parts of the boyd, eh? But yeah, we will be back on Wednesday. Who should we raid? We got some people that are live right now. Nobody's playing Monster. Ever playing Monster Rancher. I'm like the only fucking person on this planet who plays this game. But we're gonna Google it anyway. Monster Rancher 2. Is there anybody playing Monster Rancher 2? It is just me. It is only ever me. Monster Hunter 3U, it hurts. I feel that. I know what that's like. Monster Rancher. Is anyone playing Monster Rancher 3? No. I love how whenever I search Monster Rancher 3, the first thing that comes up is a person, and their channel is Monster Rancher Rap Fan with 0 followers. I should follow him. Yeah, there you go. You got 1 follower now, Monster Rancher Rap Fan. Yeah, I follow you. Hope you're having a great day.